Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 403 live. And together we will continue to be the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV. And of course, first and foremost, the best wrestling promotion on the face of the planet and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. We are the Archerverse TV. Welcome to the Archerverse Wrestle Wars edition of Halloween Havoc Fallout. And of course, we're going to have Fallout matches all week long, continuing later this week, Friday night to be specific, on WCW Starrcade. And that is going to be a smoking hot show because I know Vinny K and the Wolfpack have been in some sort of heated rivalry for weeks now. That is culminating. They've got to try and upstage whatever we do tonight because, you know, Vinny K, he's always in constant battle with the Archerverse management team over who is going to be leading in the ratings war, unfortunately for Vinny K, which is why, of course, you know, there are those in power that are trying to overthrow Vinny K. You know, the Archerverse Wrestle Wars has been the leading show in sports entertainment for several months in a row now, so there are many that would like to see a turnaround for WCW. Will that happen? I do not know, because the Archerverse Wrestle Wars is a monster, a beast of a show. But tonight, the Fallout begins, and of course we're going to see all champions tested. No champion is safe, and we're going to start the show with a bang, because we're going to have ourselves a six-man tag to brag elimination matchup to start the evening. We'll get to that in just a few moments. First and foremost, we're going to get the show started by inviting our co-hosts with the most onto the broadcast, because they're sitting aside itching to get on the broadcast. They want to get those juices flowing, get the electricity flowing through the Archerverse as we continue this broadcast. So let's get them on the show. Episode number 403 live. Let's welcome from Team Glenola, the great Glenola, and of course from Team Boss Apollo, it is Boss Apollo time.
Howdy, howdy.
What's going on, Glenola? And I think Boss Apollo... Oh, Boss is back. I wasn't sure you were back yet.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Doing good. What's new and exciting? What'd you guys do today? Anything exciting? Did you guys win millions of dollars? Buy a new house? Perhaps a new vehicle?
None of the above.
None of the above. Boss, how about yourself?
Not even close.
Was that too presumptuous? Man, how are your days? I mean, I had a good day. I was off today. I'm off tomorrow, too. So, nice, relaxing, chill day. Been excited for most of the day about tonight's show because the Fallout shows are always fantastic. As great as, I mean, man, oh man, was Halloween Havoc ever a spectacle. Holy shit. What a great show. So much fun, eh? Did you guys have a favorite moment from Halloween Havoc, or a favorite match specifically at all?
My favorite moment when Tara Stevens got demolished.
Oh my God!
10 seconds.
Was it 10 seconds?
It was 10 seconds.
It was. That's only a second off Joe Link's time, but
wow.
that is still another record, because that takes the other record out. And whether it was the Eagle Robert Rage or the OG Kurt Jordan doesn't matter now, because both records have now been beaten. The 12-second record and the 14-second record have been replaced by a 9-second and a 10-second.
And that match right there surprised me, because Till Stevens never, ever got dominated. No, that was crazy. I mean, we looked at we blinked for a second, and the match was over. Yeah.
And hello, Distinct Cone, and hello,
Yo, DC.
G87.
Titan G87, welcome in. How's everybody's day? How dare all of you for being here and invading our private conversation? I guess it's not too private, we're live, but how dare all of you anyways? But anyways, how was your days? Welcome in. Welcome to episode number 403 live. Of course, tonight the Fallout begins from Halloween Havoc. No champion is safe tonight. Titles are on the line. And you know champions are sweating bullets because they've got savages hunting them down tonight.
And hello, Soul Embers.
What's going on, Soul Embers? Welcome in.
Hey.
What's new and exciting, Soul?
Oh man, everything's new and exciting. I mean, we've got the new faction, the weapons of mass destruction going on. We got gold coming in. I mean,
hell yes, you do.
But I told Woozies this once before, and I'll tell y'all once again. He might be a co-host, but I'm the special host because
you're a special host.
You don't see me very often.
I mean, I thought you were more special though when you had the struggle bus.
Dude, I had to sell it.
We missed the struggle bus, you know. We missed the struggle bus.
It kept breaking down, man.
Meep meep.
I gave the Prius.
The good old days.
I know, right? I gave the Prius to Woozy.
Well, Big Bubba Bruno didn't want to ride around in the same vehicle that Jack Stone drove around. You know.
Exactly. So he's riding around.
It's understandable.
You know, it's.
And by the way, how about not just Big Bubba Bruno?
Trivial Gareth, sorry about that. You appreciate is on the art list of Archer.
Yeah, Travell, you know, or you may not know, we of course have the list of Archer here, and any word that on any given evening I've decided to become spiteful enough to add to my list has been put on the list. You know, they like to troll me with stuff, and anything they like to troll me with eventually ends up on that list of hell, the list of Jericho is on the list of Archer. It is the list of lists.
I won't even ask that question. That's an invalid question to ask.
Invalid question.
Invalid question.
But what I was gonna say is not just Big Bubba Bruno for the very first time ever becoming the Archerverse World Champion, but how about Fat Lad Mitchell Vaughn from Team Dogface, straight from the doghouse, picking up the YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Championship as well. I mean, the faction. Let's not forget that from Team Dedrek, we had Drek winning the WCW World Championship. We have Austin Furious, who happens to now be the WCW TNT Champion. So I got to tell you, Weapons of Mass Destruction had a very, very good night at Halloween Havoc. They really did.
I can tell you something here, Archer, and this is the crazy part. You know, we're just beginning. We're slowly taking over. We're still going for the tag belts because we want all the gold, of course. Any faction wants that. But I got to tell you one thing. There's one message I just gotta relay here from Bubba. He says, "Severed, Wolfman, you're next."
Whoa!
That's just,
Weapons of Mass Destruction calling out the Wolfpack. Say, listen, before we get any further in, we're all friends with Dogface and the Doghouse. And if, for those that don't know, Dogface has been kind of MIA on Discord and on Twitch as of late. Soul Embers, you know, you and I are both very close to Dogface. So did you read his message from today?
All I know is that there's been a lot going on with him.
So listen, I'm going to read it because I responded. Because you can't respond to the actual message, so I went into his chat shit section of his Discord and I posted a nice message in there. But what I want people, because mental health is important, right? Oh, yeah. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke. And when you have friends that you know of that have some mental health disorders, if you can even do one thing a day to brighten their day or make sure they feel wanted, needed, loved, supported, make sure you do that. But here's the thing, and we're not going to drag this out. We're not going to talk about it all night long. And you know what? Dogface is tough. He's a tough son of a bitch from UK. He's going to pull through this just fine. But here's how it goes. So he posted on his Discord, "What up, Doghouse? I just wanted to explain a few things. Some of you will already know, but there are a few of you that might not understand what is going on. Basically, I have a lot of mental health problems, bipolar being a big one. But the list of things I have wrong with me is longer than Kel's dick." Of course, Dogface, during a serious moment, would toss in some humor, right? He's got to throw that humor in there, right?
It's Kel's belt.
Yeah.
We all love her, too.
So, he continues, "They can affect me randomly, and they can be triggered, and they can affect me in different ways. Recently, they've been affecting me a lot, and that combined with my returning drug and alcohol issue is dragging me down massively. Not to mention, there are a few people in my life that understand what triggers me, and they've used that against me to drag me down. And how dare they, by the way? How fucking dare they, by the way? I hope I don't ever meet those people. But anyways... So hopefully that's over now, though. But still, every day is a struggle. It's hard to even get off my sofa, and honestly, every last bit of energy I have is being put into not ending it all.
Yeah, that's
okay. So I'm finding it very difficult, and I feel very alone. It's very hard. Nobody seems to understand you, no matter how much you try to explain yourself. I would love to be able to give you a date that I will be back, but honestly, I don't know. Battling depression and fighting off suicidal thoughts is something I've done my whole life, but it's getting harder. Honestly, I can't even guarantee that I'll still be here next week, let alone be back on Twitch. Just know that I'm doing everything I can to fight this. I'm just running out of energy. I feel like I've let you all down, and I'm sorry. Much love. I hope you're all doing good in your own lives. So, that said, again, and if anybody's listening that is close enough to Doug that you have a text message number that you can get a hold of him and let him know that we are all here and that we are all in support and we are all here as an ear to listen, anytime he needs or what have you. Make sure that he feels, supported, and make sure he knows he's not alone. He needs all the support. Suicidal,
alcohol, depression, and suicide.
Yeah.
I've been down the road.
So here was my response. I felt necessary that the Archerverse respond, and I'm fairly certain I speak for all of us. But what I said was, Dogface, we are here, my friend. And while some of us may not be able to relate, we are all here to understand and support you, whether you're having a great day or a terrible day. Hang in there, my friend. You're not alone, even if you feel you are. You have family and friends that love you, even if that's a light hard to see at the end of the tunnel. We love you too, Doug. The hell you're giving up, you're far too sexy and awesome for that, and we will defeat your demons and be able to help. You will be able to help someone else who is having a similar problem and feels alone with nobody to help. You'll become an inspiration. And I said, talk soon, Doug. We are all here. We aren't going anywhere. So the reason I decided to read this and share this with everybody live is because I didn't want it to just be another post on a Discord somewhere that gets lost, maybe only seen by a few people. I wanted it to be on the VOD where somebody can say, you know what, this is what happened over the Archerverse, Doug, and he can come and check it out himself and hear the message for himself instead of reading it. I thought that even if that doesn't happen, everybody else now knows that they can reach out and try to support not just Doug, but anybody else they know that might have similar issues, and make sure they know every day they are a good friend to you, you enjoy their company, and that they are important and loved. So
I know I'm close to Doug, but it's what he's going through. I've been down, and it hurts. It hurts.
Yep,
really
I bet it does.
I'm still going through the struggle daily. The difference is that I do have people to talk to, but I choose not to, because it's more of fighting yourself.
And I understand that, but it's still, I bet you, good to know that there are those that will listen. Yeah, at least some people don't necessarily know that they have that.
I mean, I could share my wisdom and experience with it, and it could take all night. But it's the darkest path anybody will ever take, and I'm going to shorten it right here. It sucks. It really does, because you think everybody's against you and no one's with you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it's in.
Game, mostly.
DC hitting that. Oh no, wait, she didn't hit the self-destruct button. She hit another self-destruct button.
Oh, she said, "Thank you, Archer. That was beautiful."
How dare you? But thank you, DC. I mean, it needed to be said. Like I said, I just felt that it needed to be a message that was heard, right? Rather than just read on, or possibly not read on a Discord. And, it's his Discord. So I'm sure he will read it, or somebody will read it and tell him that it's there. I still thought it was necessary that it was a message that I could send vocally, as opposed to just, like I said, just reading it.
And, most countries have a hotline that you can call if you are having those thoughts.
Actually,
Get help.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is one that we have. Give me a second here.
Yeah, if you guys have a hotline that you can post, please do so.
Yeah.
And anybody that can make use of that themselves and or knows somebody that can, pass that along.
It's sometimes that darkness can, even though there's a light at the end of that tunnel, it's so dark it's hard to see it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've had too many friends that have gone down that path, so I have some understanding. Plus,
Yep.
I suffer depression, and
Let me get a hold of.
so.
But yeah, DC, don't worry. At the end of the year, the list will be reset. But yeah, so I mean,
But yeah.
like my message said, maybe a lot of us can't necessarily relate, but we can most certainly be empathetic, and we can educate ourselves further on matters, right? That's always a good way to go. And we can certainly be supportive. We could be supportive.
You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
DC, see
You're chaining you to the ring post. You are not leaving.
Oh, that's funny. Well, actually, the list will probably.
Hey, Mad Dog. We have a little list of Archer. The word stream is on the list.
The word stream is definitely on the list. How dare you?
But
welcome in, Mad Dog. Appreciate you stopping by. Good to see you. I was actually by Mad Dog's stream earlier today. It was good to see him doing his thing, rocking it out. That was fantastic.
And Mad Dog, here's the Discord. Get in there and sign up your superstar.
DC says, BRB, need my coffee. She's a poet and didn't even know it. The Great Distinct Cone.
Next, she's going to want these chicken nuggets later.
All right. So, yeah. I don't know if anybody else in the chat room has any similar issues to what we've been talking about so far this evening, but do take note that at any given time you can drop a message to any one of the people in our community, and we will return your message and be there to talk or just listen, whatever you want to do at the time. Then there's always the Fam Jam chat time right on Discord. You can jump in there and talk with somebody.
And I try to help as many as I can, but I'm not working. I'm supposed to be at work right now, but I took the day off. I won my work. I'm happy.
But I thought it was very important.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex Sever was a hell of a person to fight against in court. No.
I thought it was very important that we acknowledge the fact that the Doghouse and Team Dogface is a great and respected member of our community, and if they're going through a tough time, I just wanted to make sure that we were all able to support that. Was my biggest point of bringing it to light, so to speak. He brought it to light himself. If that hadn't been done and that was just information I had, I would not have just openly done this at all. But since he already brought it to light on his own Discord, and again, he's a very respected member of our community, and I want him to make sure that he knows there's people here as well as his own community. We are all joined in the same what's the word I'm looking for, Glenola? Quest to be as far as trying to keep our community strong, evolving, growing, and the only way to do that is to make sure that all of our members are able to continue to participate, have a good time, have fun, be happy, and if they're not having a good day, then what are we if not family? We got to be there to support that.
By the way, just a little insight today. He did put a dog heart right on your message.
Oh, that was him that did that? Okay.
Yes, that was him.
Okay, perfect. So he did see it. Okay, perfect. Important again, and it would be the same if I found out any one of you were having the same issues. It would be the same thing, you know. But yeah. I mean, he has it, of course, set up so you can't necessarily respond directly to him on Discord anymore because of problems. But
he wiped his whole list.
Yeah. But speedy recovery is definitely wished for Dogface as far as his current battle, you know.
Definitely.
And we're all waiting for the Doghouse to fire back up and rock the daytime wrestling world, is what we're doing. And not to mention, it'll be good to have our good friend Dogface back. So.
Oh yeah. Or in terms, Mitchell No Name.
Mitchell No Name. Good God, that was funny. That was so funny. You were so excited that night. It was a good show. We were having a great time, and my
fucking brain went dirt.
Yeah. Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, you had just come home from work or something. I think.
Yeah, it was.
I'm pretty certain. Yeah. But that was
one of the greats.
It was. It was a good time. So. But anyways.
Yeah. Go ahead, Archer.
Oh, if you had something to add to that, go right ahead.
Well, I just left him a message and I told him we are here no matter what. Your Twitch can wait. We want you at 100%.
Yeah, I mean streaming isn't.
Streaming is a good way to get out there, but I use it for entertainment.
Well, and it can also be therapeutic if you want to see it in that sense. But if you're having a bad day and in a dark place, you're not going to see it as a. You're going to see it as a hindrance. You're going to see it as something you have to do and you don't want to do, and amongst other things you're probably thinking. But it can be. Yeah.
This isn't the first time. And I've told him multiple times, dude, I'm here if you
Yeah. He's got a strong community. They're not going anywhere.
All single titles, man. 1 second.
But anyways, do you guys hear anything juicy going on in the dirt sheets today? Have you anything going on in the world of pro wrestling? What's going on, Boss? You see anything? Did we lose Boss?
Hey, Archer.
Oh, there he is.
I got a special guest for you right now.
A special guest.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Archer?
Yo, what's going on?
It's girl.
It is. Well, no shit.
Girl.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks for letting us know who that was, Sol. We thought maybe you had a mistress at your house.
Yeah, probably later on. I don't know.
You better sleep with one eye open now. Your ass better sleep with one eye open now. And I am not supporting that. Glenola, we are...
You don't have to. I got swords and I got a pole down here. I'm good.
That doesn't matter if you're asleep.
I never said I was going to be asleep, though.
I got something about, it says Triple H before October 26, 2022 by Andrew Ravens. It said Triple H stance on CM Punk returning to WWE had changed.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of speculation about CM Punk's future in the wrestling business, following his uncertainty about what next for CM Punk. What next for the star? It said, as previously reported, AEW is in talks with Punk about buying out his contract, and the only hang up is making this happen is a non-complete period of the deal. It said, behalf is that since AEW wants a non-completed clause in the buyout, they believe WWE could be interested in bringing Punk back, as no other promotion will be able to afford what Punk was making at AEW.
Well, I mean, at this point, WWE's the only company in the world that can afford Punk. But my question remains the same, though. is it worth the money? Is he going to do something of value to the company, or is he just going to come in, not like something that happens, and then Glenola, you could take it from there.
Just a whiny little bitch.
I mean,
You know?
all he's doing is collecting a paycheck right now.
He's one of the great storytellers. I've never been convinced he was one of the best wrestlers in the world, but he's one of the great storytellers ever, and he is good in the ring. So it's not like I hate Punk, but if he's not gonna be doing something of value and something to help the future stars, etc., then there's 0 point, and it's not worth the money. They could spend that better elsewhere.
Hello, Froggy Mothlegs.
Froggy Mothlegs in the house.
This says wrestler votes, which have broken stories on Twitter for years, said to Lois Docador of Jimmy Sport that shortly after Triple H took over in July, he was told that Triple H wanted nothing to do with CM Punk. But that seems to have changed as Triple H stands on CM Punk turning as a doctor a little bit. So it's not really. So I think he is like 60-40.
Yeah.
60,
So I mean, it would definitely make waves for the short term. It's whether or not they can find something long term that's worthwhile to worry about how much they're going to have to pay for him. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. For the price tag he would want, there's probably other people that they could spend that money on. I would think.
Got news for you, though, Archer. Been
What's
ravaging around the news reports, and WWE has their first fourth-generation wrestler in WWE history.
Yes, they do.
And it's Dwayne's daughter.
Yep.
Her name is
Ava Raines. Yep. And good for her for because she took some flack for that because people expected her to use her dad's name. Do you know the kind of flack she'd receive if she came in under the ring name of her, like using her name or the family name? Like, she needed to be able to do her thing and start progressing and evolving her game without having that on her shoulders. You know what I mean?
So is she the only fourth generation?
Yes, she's the first fourth-generation wrestler in the history of WWE.
Yeah, she is.
Includes her grandfather, Rocky Johnson, her great Peter Maivia.
Peter Maivia, yep.
Another Maivia, which is the first female promoter. I don't remember the first name. And then, of course, her father, Dwayne.
Yep.
I'm actually excited to see what they're going to do with her.
Yeah.
Well, I guarantee they'll be protecting her while she develops. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's why they put her in a fourth member.
Yeah.
Of some faction. I don't pay attention to that much.
Yeah, cause I think I read about a while back. She said she wanted to use her own name. She didn't want to use her dad, and she wanted to develop on her own.
Yeah.
Instead of they're coming right in as the Rock's daughter. Yeah.
So here. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, just from something that was said there, one mistake they'll make is if they try to actually protect her. Let her develop in there, because otherwise people are going to look at her, and there's only going to be that doubt. Is she only successful because, they protected her, they guarded her, she couldn't stand on her own, even though she used her own name,
Yeah. Well, it's worked well for Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like people don't know, right? Like Shawn Michaels recently said in a statement, it's not like they ever hid the fact that he was a Steiner. You know what I mean? They just didn't utilize. And now look what he's done. He's built that character name, and he has really taken the ball and ran with it, like Braun Breaker. And my God, you know what though? I do hope eventually he becomes a Steiner. Maybe goes away, comes back, his name, whatever, but. Because I got to tell you, if you close your eyes, you can hear Scott Steiner. Then you open your eyes, and it's like a young Rick Steiner, but he's got the size of Scotty. And I'm telling you, that guy is going to be big.
Yeah. Please tell me he has his dad's mic skills, not his uncle's.
No, he's good. Well, it's a combination of both, because you hear, like I said, you hear Scotty, but he's definitely more, because Rick Steiner was better on the microphone than Scotty was, but
Yeah,
because even Big Papa
and
Pump
I
was
love-
not grand on a microphone by that point.
I
But
love Scott Steiner, but
yeah, me too.
he did not want him on the mic.
So here's something interesting from Mark Middleton, WrestlingHeadlines.com. WWE reportedly considering a unique storyline for Austin Theory's Money in the Bank title shot. So WWE is reportedly considering a first-time ever cash-in storyline for Austin Theory and his Money in the Bank briefcase. A new report from WrestleVotes notes that WWE officials have at least considered an angle where Theory waits a full year in his title shot, likely at the 2023 Money in the Bank event. This is an idea that he is the first guy to wait a full year, like the day of, or let's say the night of Money in the Bank next year. That's the storyline. Like, you have to cash in 2.5 hours. You have to cash this in 90 minutes type of thing. I know that's an idea that's on the table and is what the report stated. WWE had Theory make a rare appearance on the Halloween Havoc Go-Home edition of WWE NXT last week, teasing that he would possibly cash in during the triple threat that saw NXT champion Braun Breaker retain over JD McDonough and Ilya Dragunov. Theory never appeared at Halloween Havoc, and the potential cash-in was never mentioned again. It appears WWE is open for new ideas for Theory and his Money in the Bank title shot, but it remains to be seen what direction they will actually go in. So what do you guys think about that? What would you think if Austin Theory held on to the Money in the Bank briefcase for a full year? He would be the first to do it, apparently. So, and I actually didn't know that. I actually thought somebody was at least close to that. But what do you think? What do you think of that idea?
I want him to do something.
Yo, Golden Gamer hit 20 followers today. Congratulations! Did we get a shout out for Golden Gamer?
Yes, we did.
Fantastic.
And I don't know. I hate that they're announcing something even remotely hinting at that, because it is so cool that you never know when that belt or that briefcase is going to be cashed in. If they're announcing now, well, he's going to hold it for a year. Well, there went all the excitement.
Yeah, they should have announced. Yeah, I agree with that part too.
Apparently, John Cena is starring as a presidential candidate in a new Peacock exclusive movie that is to premiere soon. This is from, again, WrestlingHeadlines.com, Mark Middleton, from about 6 hours ago, actually. So it says a new movie featuring veteran WWE superstar John Cena is set to premiere on Peacock next month. Peacock has announced that the political thriller The Independent will premiere exclusively on the streaming platform on Wednesday, November the 2nd. The movie comes from Emmy-nominated director Amy Rice and stars Cena and Dowd, Jodie Turner-Smith, and Brian Cox. Relativity Media and Park Pictures are releasing the film along with Anonymous Content and Next Productions in association with Oregon Entertainment and The Exchange. Evan Parter wrote the script, apparently. The Independent follows a young journalist who discovers a conspiracy involving a United States presidential candidate which could change the election and the fate of the country. Cena stars as Nate Sterling, America's first viable independent candidate, and the official synopsis reads like this. It's the final weeks of the most consequential presidential election in history. America is poised to elect either its first female president, or its first viable independent candidate, who is John Cena. Reporting history as it's made, an idealistic young journalist who is played by Jodie Turner-Smith teams up with her idol, legendary journalist Nick Booker, who is Brian Cox, to uncover a conspiracy that places the fate of the election and the country in their hands. The Independent is produced by Sam Bisbee, Theodora Dunlap, Katia Vanis-Circle, Ryan Cunningham, and Evan Parter. And then it goes on to list a whole bunch of executive producers, and I'm not doing it. How dare they? But if you go to YouTube, there is a first look clip of the movie with Cox and Turner Smith. And again, it's called The Independent, if you want to search that on YouTube.
I'll have to check that out. Actually, I've got a dirt sheet even.
Ooh, sexy. That makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
So.
Or maybe that's Boss looking at my ass. Stop it, Boss. I knew my ass was getting hot. What are you doing? How dare you? Where's your wife? I'm telling. I've told you, not in public. It's only for, behind closed doors. How dare you?
All right, this was it's from stillrealtous.com. Dated yesterday, today, the 26th, by Josh Foster.
Really? Interesting.
Triple H reportedly canceling annual WWE pay-per-view.
Ah, yes, I know where you're going with this. I heard about this.
Under the Vince McMahon regime, WWE embraced the idea of themed pay-per-views, which led to gimmick matches that seemed unnecessary. Hell in a Cell event has been often criticized for using the Hell in a Cell stipulation
for good reason.
when it's not needed. And
How
it looks
dare you,
like
boss.
Triple H will be doing away with the show altogether.
This is an important first step.
Yeah. WrestleVotes recently spoke to Give Me Sport and confirmed that Triple H... Oh, man. The editing on this article confirmed that Triple H not be running the Hell in a Cell event moving forward.
Good. Because...
Yeah.
I've always hated the fact that they literally ruined the Hell in a Cell match by making it a yearly event, and then they have that's here's the other thing I always found stupid. Listen, if I'm gonna have, and I haven't, but if I was gonna have a stream preview called Hell in a Cell, my matches are all inside of a cell, people. Like that's. So first of all, they dropped the ball there. But you didn't need to have a Hell in a Cell themed pay-per-view every single year. It was much better utilized as a once-in-a-while rare appearance matchup between two people in a heated feud and rivalry. It would like one of the matches you utilize as the end of all matches for a feud or rivalry. That's what you use that for. You don't use it as a. I hated it and.
Yeah. Well, I like this quote they have in here, and they don't say for sure who the quote's from. The show itself, I think, is completely dead. That match, from what I understand, means a lot to Hunter. Just think of the classics he's had in there. Roman Reigns and Jay... I think it's supposed to be Jay Uso, but they just say Roman Reigns and Jay. So, they've been feuding for weeks. They've got to be there now because the calendar says so. Now, it's not going to happen anymore. Which is exactly that, just because the calendar says it has to be in Hell in a Cell. No. Yeah. Now, TLC, you could do so much with a TLC match. You could do tables matches. You could do chair matches.
Yep.
There's so much there. Hell in a Cell, that's like you said, that is the ending match.
Yep. And the chances of having 5, 6, 7, 8 matches to put all inside of a cell are slim to none, which means you're going to have 1, maybe 2 cell matches, but the whole damn show is called Hell in a Cell, and it makes it just pointless at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you on that, Archer.
Yeah, that's right.
But I just happen to see that, and I'm like, oh, I got it. I figured you'd like that announcement.
Yeah, I do. I very much do. Absolutely. I hope there's and the other thing is that we've talked about it before, but I want to see them bring King of the Ring back to its former glory. So many great King of the Ring matches. I mean, Randy Macho Man Savage always goes off the top of my head. That was such a fantastic King of the Ring. Some people don't agree, but I think that's one of the best King of the Rings of all time. Of course, you got the one with Stone Cold Steve Austin and the start of Austin 3:16.
Yes.
Right? So, but no, and I'm not talking on an episode of Raw or SmackDown. I'm talking put it back on a pay-per-view where it belongs, premium live event, if you will.
Have the tournament, have that build-up.
You have you know what you do? You have your quarterfinals on Raw and SmackDown. You have your semifinals and final at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You see what you know what I mean? They should just they should call the Archerverse and have me book their shows. That's what they need to do.
Yeah. have qualifying matches on SmackDown and
Yeah.
Raw.
Well, or
So
that.
for your that's I think how they used
And
to do
have
it
the
was
whole
your
tournament at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
that was how they used to do it.
Well-
you had to qualify on one of the
Yep.
regular shows, and then you went to the tournament.
Yep, and then every year thereafter they kind of watered it down to where it was only at the very end it was like basically one match from the actual tournament. The rest were all matches added to the card, but yeah, bring it back to its former glory. Make it a yearly thing. You know, it's that one tournament a year, and have a male and a female, have a King of the Ring and a Queen of the Ring. Do it right, and man, oh man, that'd be phenomenal.
Speaking of King of the Ring, it was posted October 21st, 2022. It says the WWE reported consider bringing back King of the Ring pay-per-view.
Good.
First time since 2002, King of the Ring reported may be set to return as a standalone pay-per-view next year. According to Dave Matisse, Wrestling Overnight newsletter, WWE had talked about bringing back King of the Ring, would include both King of the Ring and Queen Crown tournament. The first King of the Ring pay-per-view was in 1993 and lasted through 2002. But those events featured one night only tournament to crown the King of the Ring that year. WWE had the King of the Ring tournament here since 2002, but have not yet been part of the pay-per-view. So they thinking about bringing it back next year. Hopefully they do bring it back next year.
Yeah, that'd be phenomenal. I would be elated. And bring it back at the same time they did it when it originally happened. It was in the summertime. It was that big pay-per-view just a couple months before SummerSlam, and it was fantastic. That's a great time to have it because WrestleMania was a couple months prior. SummerSlam, the biggest show of the summer, is a couple months after, and that is a fantastic time. And for God's sakes, for the very first one, put the fucking championship on the line.
Oh, that'd be good. But I think since Triple H taking over WWE now, I think he's gonna bring it back.
Yeah, he really should. I got one more thing I want to touch base on. I mean, we can continue talking about whatever or get into our first list of the evening, whatever you guys decide. But one more thing I want to touch base on before we get the show on the go, because man, oh man, do we have a fire show tonight again. The Fallout from Halloween Havoc begins tonight and continues on through Friday's WCW Starrcade. It's going to be a phenomenal week, and we got some really great matches tonight. No champion is safe. As you know, the Fallout shows are always every champion's worst nightmare, and tonight is going to be a fantastic night of championship matches, faction wars, and just a great time with a bunch of great people, as usual. But one more thing I want to touch base on, and this is kind of funny. It's from October 26th, so today, by Paul Davis. It's WrestlingNews.com. Sorry, but .co. Tony Khan calls Eric Bischoff a hypocrite for saying AEW doesn't tell stories. He says less than half of the matches on WCW Nitro had a story. Now, he says less than half, though, where AEW, I don't think anything has a story. But anyway, so during today's Busted Open Radio, Tony Khan was on to promote tonight's AEW Dynamite. He was also addressing critics, namely Eric Bischoff, who says there's not enough story to build to some matches. Khan said the following: there's a lot of really interesting stories happening in AEW. There's this fascinating thing happening. I've noticed that things have changed a lot in the perception of how a wrestling card is built over the years. Now there's this perception, I think, because this is the way people have seen it done for most of the last 20 years. To some extent, it has become an industry standard. If only for lack of competition, there's this perception that every match on the show should have a long storyline built on. Why it takes place, and I'm going to pause there because I don't think anybody, I mean, he's just talking out his asshole at this point because I don't think anybody actually thinks that. Nobody thinks every match and every person on the roster needs to be involved in a but you do have to have 2, 3, 4, 5 good storylines surrounding all of the other competition of those that are trying to build into having storylines. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's just talking out his ass right there. I don't think he believes even what he's saying out of his own mouth right now. But anyways, let's see, doesn't blah blah blah. I think there's absolutely a lot of story in most of the matches on the show and most of the matches on a lot of our shows, but sometimes you can see something that's the start of the new issue. Khan continued, frankly, the person who I think has been the most incendiary and contradictory and hypocritical on this entire point is Eric Bischoff. If you watch Nitros, especially the good Nitros from 95 to 98, a lot of the quality of the show was seen lucha matches and things that you didn't expect, and there were a certain exquisite randomness to the lineup of the card. You turn on the show and it would be Rick Martel against Perry Saturn. That's pretty cool. Or, hey, Randy Savage against Bobby Eaton. Okay. And various lucha matches that didn't necessarily have build-up. Okay, I'm going to pause again, though, because now he's talking about the early days of WCW Nitro, and of course they didn't have necessarily a lot of storylines at the time, and had to have build-up is because they were new. At that point, they wouldn't have had a lot. They had a lot of talent. They had to try and push, build, and get onto the spotlight. So during that time period, of course, they didn't have a lot of. I mean, that's just grasping, because later on, there was all kinds of stories. The NWO thereafter. I mean, there were so many stories on Nitro. Again, Tony Khan talking to his ass a little bit there, but anyway. So sure, there were a lot of stories happening in WCW. Oh, now he's saying sure there were a lot of stories happening in WCW. My head's going to fall off or explode or something in a moment. But anyways, but probably less than half the matches on Nitro had a story going into them, and that was fine. It was the industry standard show. Then it was really tried to copy its competition and put lots of story where every single match had to have two guys having a fight over a cup of coffee in a catering or in catering. That just doesn't need to be the case. Sometimes it can be as simple as a challenge or two people fighting to be the best. The majority of the time, or certainly a large percentage of the time, you should have a lot of story built into a match. You know, this percentage that you can't just have two people come in and fight, it could be the start of something. It could lead to something with two completely different people, who knows, but there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. In this case, to see the person who probably put more cold matches on TV and did it successfully and did it well say that it's an abomination to do it is pretty contradictory. So I found it really ironic when I hear Eric Bischoff talk about why is this match happening, why did 60% of the matches on Nitro happen. Honestly, that was when Nitro was a better show and they tried to change it to something else. I mean, I don't think that's true at all. I think what happened was, you know, you had a bunch of egotistical savages at the time overtaking the company, and there was too many chefs in the kitchen is what happened to Nitro eventually. It had nothing to do with lack of storylines. They always had storylines. Just like I said in the beginning, 95 to 98, when they were first talking there specifically, that was a time when they were first pushing everybody and first finding out who belonged where. There were stories, they just weren't as elaborate as what they are now. So again, Tony Khan talking out his ass there. And he was contradictory, because later on he goes on to say how it had lots of storylines. Like, okay, so now what do you...
But it's amazing he's able to talk out of his ass with his head shoved so far up it.
Right. That's why when he talks, it's like it's like listening to a hippo fart out its mouth. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say about that other than the fact that, I mean, I like Eric Bischoff. You know, there were some things that I didn't care for to do with the WCW Nitro show, etc. back in the day, but as a whole, Bischoff has really, you know, become a legend in the business. He's got a great mind for the business, and he tells it as it is, so it is what it is. But anyways, before we go any further with this conversation or any other conversation, I say, Glenola, I'd say it's time to get episode number 403 on the go, get the show live, and get that electricity flowing. What do you think?
I think we need to fire this thing up. And
I think so too. Boss, what do you think?
I think let's go.
Soul Embers, what do you think?
It's about damn time. I'm sitting here for about 15 fucking 20 minutes right now. Hurry the fuck up. I'm looking at a fat man sitting in the front page. I'm thinking,
I mean,
what's on Bubba's mind right now? Let's go.
I mean, Soul, have you been told today? Do I have to ask, girly girl, have you successfully been told today?
I've been told a lot of things, man.
So yes then? Alright, fair enough. Alright, here we go. Without further ado, we do not want Soul Embers to cry. He is ready to see his good friend Big Bubba Bruno in action, at least at some point. Weapons of mass destruction. And by the way, for those that are just tuning in, Weapons of Mass Destruction did successfully challenge the Wolfpack earlier, so stay tuned for fallout from those words, brought to you by Team Soul Embers. But anyways, here we go. Without further ado, episode number 403 live, the Archerverse Wrestle Wars. Let's go, baby.
No, every time I look at that little screen right there, yep, with the little heart monitor going on, I think someone's about to be dead. Can't really tell. Mm-hmm.
And here we go. The fallout from Halloween Havoc begins right now, and we are moments away from the first match of the night. We're going to get things kicked off, and are we, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I guess, the broadcast booth, are we opening the betting lines? I wasn't really paying attention to see if they are open.
I'll do it all night.
All right.
It's already done.
Oh, it's already done?
All right.
Okay, there we go. So I'll make sure I get the betting lines ready to rock and roll for the first match of the night, which we'll get going here in just a moment.
But
before we get...
This is not a streamer. This is a broadcaster.
Good for you, Soul Embers. I was just about to touch base on that, but seeing how you got to the demon first, you should slay that demon. You should give that demon an AKO for their efforts.
I ain't got the power, bruh. I ain't got the power. You know why? I don't need it. Don't need it. See,
how dare you, Golden Gamer?
I'm a broadcaster. I'm a streamer. But I give content.
What's funny is the word streamer is apparently not on the list of Archer.
It's
I noticed
part of
that.
stream. So it should be there too.
It's ghastly.
But
don't worry, we'll take care of that in a few moments.
Alright.
Well, I'm going to start off the list because we can blame Soul Embers on this list.
Which one is it?
10 underrated wrestlers of the 1990s.
That's the one I
Nice.
wanted to hear. I want to hear you guys' opinion.
All right,
I promised you Sunday night that I would do this list tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, so before you get started, the first match of the evening, it is a six-man tag to brag elimination style matchup. And man, oh man, what a match. We got Legado del Fantasma against the Public Enemy from Team Boss Apollo, Leota King, and of course Titan G. We've got Eddie, D-Terror, Demon Razor, and Bishop B. White ready to jump into the ring for some heated action. Who do you guys got winning this matchup? Because I got to tell you, Phantasma is a fantastic tag team and faction. I never overlook them, and I wonder, with all the recent success of the Public Enemy, if they're going to totally overlook Legado tonight. Because that's a problem, because they are high flying, they are great technical wrestlers, and they work in unison better than almost every other tag team in the business today. So it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that, because and by the way, this is the very first time the Public Enemy has faced Legado del Fantasma, so it should be interesting to see how they, both teams really. I mean, those guys are used to facing other Lucha Libres and some of the smaller gents in the business. Public Enemy are humongous, first and foremost, but they also have that kind of old school, unorthodox meets modern day style that it'll be interesting to see how the Lucha Libres adapt to the situation as far as that goes. But that said, who do you guys got winning this? Do you think Legado del Fantasma, or do you think the Public Enemy walks out of here with their hand held high?
Ronaldo, don't you do it. Don't you say it.
You know what? I'm gonna go with 3-minute warning. I mean, Public Enemy. My bad.
You're going Public Enemy? Okay, Soul Embers going with Public Enemy.
That was 3-minute warning for a moment there.
3-minute warning! You know what though? I gotta be honest. I liked the whole 3-minute warning thing.
I did too.
And they totally dropped the ball on that far sooner than that ever should have been dropped. But anyways, We got Glolo. Do you think Public Enemy, or do you think Delgado or Legado del Fantasma?
I'm actually going to go Public Enemy on this one.
All right, boss.
Smart man.
Boss, are you going to go with Public Enemy and vote on Legado del Fantasma like you do every other time, or? He's got so much confidence in his team, guys. He bets on the other team.
Careful. Don't pull it cool.
Meanwhile, he's challenging the Wolfpack.
I am
friendly competition.
I am voting on, or betting on Lefado, Del Fantasma. Oh, somebody else did, so I didn't need to. But I was just going to try to make sure there was some kind of a payout.
Well, I'm going with Public Enemy by betting on the other team.
Well, just remember one thing: if you lose it.
And by the way, you guys all noticed that the Wrestle Wars arena has been completely redesigned, ready to go for the Fallout show.
Man, this is gonna be crazy though. 4v4, elimination, Wolfpack, weapons of mass. Isn't that what we decided on, cool?
Sorry, what was the match?
It was a 4v4 elimination, Wolfpack.
Ooh, so we could do 8-man tag to brag.
Yep.
You betcha. Hey, what do you think of the look? If you get Boss Apollo and of course Glenola, if you look at the corner of the barricade there, you might see two. Well, Glenola will recognize, of course, his logo smack dab there in the middle, but you'll notice two other logos that have been added. One to the left and one to the right of Glenola's logo there. To the right, we have Team 1 Woozy TV, and of course to the left, Team Boss Apollo.
Awesome. Have a great day at school, Golden Gamer.
Yeah, Golden Gamer, have a good day at school. And make sure you watch the VOD or I'll ban you. If you fail your test today, I will also ban you. So you better have studied.
Alrighty.
You know what? I'm gonna do something out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary. You're going to say Mitchell Vaughn correctly? I got you good there.
Oh,
That was good.
I snuck one in.
Let's hit that random. Who gets the tier 3?
Yo! You dropped a tier 3 sub on somebody? What the fuck,
Vampire
man?
Bray.
Who the hell is Vampire Bree? She is going to be they, he, or
Sunday.
whatever.
They were here Sunday
Oh,
night.
that's right. That's right. Tier 3.
And they are in
and now they're in the chat. Wow. Yo, Vampire Bree, welcome to episode number 403. Apparently, you just got yourself a tier 3 sub.
Oh, hey, I take that back.
Thank you very much for that, Soul Embers. I'm sure Vampire Bree appreciates that.
I love you guys so much.
Well, we love you too, Soul.
I bet you do. I'm gonna drop a few more just for you.
Whoa! Yo, Soul. Yo, where's Girly Girl? Girly Girl, I told you to contain your beast last time he did this. Now what is going on? If I find out, Girly Girl, that you're behind this because of our conversation.
Gamer, Just a Panda, Carliti, AMC Me.
Hell yeah.
Damo 1234.
Hell yeah.
Wait. We got your lobster lady. We got your AMC me.
Damn right. Everybody there got a well-deserved gifted sub. And I'm sure I speak for all of them. They're not here right now, some of them.
No
Golden Gamer just left.
It's all love.
But everybody appreciates that, I'm sure. I know I do. I know Glenola does.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But,
that is awesome.
Yeah, Bree, enjoy the T3. It was out of random. I didn't know who it was going to pick. I'm just glad somebody got the free T3.
Yeah. And then you look at that, but you look at the 5 after that. That was just like, what the fuck,
Random,
to hit Carliti and AMC Me.
Yeah.
And Just a Panda.
Yeah, that's awesome. I haven't seen Just a Panda in a while. Oh, wait a minute. Who's channel was Just a Panda in today? I want to say, where did I see Just a Panda?
Might have been in Mad Dogs.
Oh, maybe it was. It might have been Mad Dogs,
I know he's
yeah.
in Mad Dogs once in a while.
But yeah, so anyways, wow. So that's a lot of gift subs and a tier 3 sub. Really, really appreciate that, Soul Embers. That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cone, I saw Panda, was it yesterday? Yesterday or day before yesterday, over in Mad Dog stream. But, so here we go. This is off Sportster.com.
Okay.
It's 10 underrated wrestlers of the 1990s.
Ooh. Let's
Jordan Southard. And it was published November 11th, 2020.
All right, let's go.
And I blame Soul for this, just so you guys know.
To be fair, it is Soul's fault.
Because we're starting off with Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Not my opinion.
Ow.
I know.
That's the sad part. Not my opinion. I didn't even see the list. I'm like, alright, this will be good.
Are you deflecting? Because at this point now I'm thinking that this list is not going to be such a grand list. I'm a little scared.
You're doing okay, Cone.
Well, if you think about it, though, and I don't mean to cut you off,
Yeah.
really don't.
No.
The reason why he's underrated, because he hasn't had much of a career. And I'm bringing this up to a standpoint because of after his death. They didn't really do much.
Well, I mean, I would say he was only underrated up until he won the King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't like by the time he had passed away, sadly, tragically, and way too soon. He was definitely not underrated by that point. But when he was still on and off wrestling as either Owen Hart, the Rocket Owen Hart, or he'd go to house shows as the Blue Blazer, I would say at that point still he was definitely still underrated because man, oh man, I think it was funny too because Owen Hart, he would wrestle one style as the Rocket Owen Hart, where he would use a little bit of high flying and stuff off the Rocket. He obviously was taken to the skies, right? But when he wrestled as the Blue Blazer, man, he really sold you that he was a luchador. Like that dude could fly, and he wasn't a small guy. He was what, 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1",
I don't
maybe
remember.
5'11". He was no small. He wasn't Rey Mysterio small or anything like that. Like a lot of lucha libres are fairly small, right? But BBS, be back shortly.
Be back. Yeah. All right. So next one on the list, Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Well, that one I wholeheartedly agree with because it's one guy that never even comes up in conversations when it comes to great tag team partners or, I guess it's probably because in comparison he didn't have necessarily the wrestling skills other people did, but he was compelling. He was a great storyteller. Because he was fantastic on the microphone, and he could get in there and take bumps and put on a good show against some of those bigger guys that were still in that era. Even though he wasn't necessarily the size of an Andre or a Hulk Hogan or some of the guys that were bigger than him at the time, but he was still a big, strong bull.
He was probably stronger than any. The man tossed the caber for fun.
I mean, that's probably true. And they,
basically, he tossed in telephone poles.
He tossed one of those poles into Bret Hart's sister.
Yeah, look what happened.
Oh boy, I had to say it. Sorry, we were talking about poles and tossing poles. And then the British Bulldog from way over in the UK was saying, "Oi, oi! I want in on the action."
But number 3 on this list is Dean Malenko.
Didn't use him very much. WCW was pretty good.
Well, Dean Malenko was underrated because there wasn't always a period in professional wrestling where people cared about the submission wrestling game and the technical wrestling game as much as we do today. So back then they were looking, because there was a period where that really mattered, and then when it came into the cartoon era, and into the golden era, those eras were more about storytelling and action rather than just technical prowesses in the ring. So there was a period there where the art was kind of sort of not lost but forgotten for a little while, or made forgotten for a little while. So when Malenko was at the height of his career, he was this sensational submission wrestler and technical prowess, but he was as dull as Lance Storm on the microphone and had no charisma. Yeah. But if
I can't say he's underrated, but because he didn't have the charisma.
Underrated as a character, but not a wrestler. Yeah.
We've talked about Malenko. I love Dean Malenko.
Oh, me too.
I think
he was exciting. He was the little guy. He was the little guy like Rey Mysterio or an Eddie Guerrero that was coming in and facing these big guys, but he could grab their limbs and tie them into pretzels. He was the first one that made us truly believe that a little guy can take out the bigger guy. I mean, they might have to wrestle them down, wear them down, and try to, turn them into a pretzel to do it, but you got to do what you got to do.
But now this next one, mainly because I barely remember him. Mikey Whipwreck.
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. I can't even remember the last time we had a conversation. Have we even had him on a list before? I don't think so.
I think we've had him on one.
Did we really? No, that was no. That was Mike Awesome.
Yeah, we never
had him too. Okay.
Did we have Mike Whipwreck?
No.
I thought we did here a few months ago, but
go ahead and read the description, would you?
Yeah. Speaking of ECW, the extreme alternative to WWE and WCW had many more underrated stars. One of those was Mikey Whipwreck, who won every major championship in ECW.
Say not WCW.
When discussions of the all-time ECW greats come up, Whipwreck is rarely mentioned when compared to stars like Sabu and RVD. Looks like he had an underdog persona. And he was actually only 22 when he won the ECW World Championship.
Sure was.
So, I mean, I can agree with that because, like I said, I've never even heard of this guy, really. But I vaguely remember the name, and I thought it was on a list a while back, but I don't remember which one. All right.
It might have been. So we did have that list talking about extreme matches, and ECW came up quite a few times. So it is now
that may have been.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that probably is possible, and that was not that long ago.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Again, I can't say was underrated. Taz.
Well, right now in AEW, he's underrated.
Well, now.
I think the reason he was underrated or considered underrated is because he was so small. And unlike Benoit and Guerrero and Mysterio and some of the other little guys, to me anyways, Taz just didn't have that it factor. He had that I could be a heel factor, and he had that I'm a good technical wrestler factor, but again, no real charisma. He was actually better as a commentator on the microphone than he was as a wrestler on the microphone, and I actually still to this day find that weird and don't know how that happened. But
I have to disagree with you about the no charisma. I'll tell you, his matches were pure charisma. He
personality-wise, though. See, I didn't think so. I didn't find. I found Taz boring.
Oh, I loved him. And like I said, the Taz, the different suplexes, he drew you into that match. And
he did, depending on the. For me, when it comes to Taz, it just depended who his opponent was. I think, really.
And
I'll give you a great one. My personal opinion. Let's see. The one with Kurt Angle was pretty good. We made his debut.
Yep.
That's 2000. That was a good match.
I enjoyed Taz, so
sometimes.
Okay, here's another one. I don't know how you can do this. Goldust.
Depends on where he's at in career.
It depends on what version of Goldust.
This was his late 80s. After Dustin Rhodes' transformation to Goldust.
Yeah, which he was coming in as a controversial character, and I think a lot of people just didn't know what to expect going forward. So I don't think. But I don't. After that, I mean, once he had his feuds with Taker and whoever else, I don't think he was. I mean, how long was he underrated for? Not very long, if he ever was, because everybody knew. Well, not everybody.
Yeah.
I think most people knew it was Dustin Rhodes. I knew.
I didn't know it was Dustin Rhodes at first.
Oh, okay.
You know, but still,
suspicions.
He was but it was just it's so fun to watch. And you could see his talent in the ring. You know, it wasn't where he was like, okay, this guy sucks. You know.
He was also paired with Booker T at the time too.
Oh, when him and Booker teamed up, that was awesome.
That was fucking hilarious. As its evolution.
Mm-hmm.
All that, yeah.
But
the NWO
okay.
kids, Goldust.
All right, Archer. Let's see who you're paying here. Brian Pillman.
Brian Pillman? Well. That's a tough one because part of me sees him as he was, again, one of the smaller guys coming into a world where there was a lot of stars being built and pushed, and he wasn't necessarily, by all fans, widely known at the time either. Like, everybody knows who he is now, you know. And of course, after that infamous feud with Stone Cold and the gun incident and everything else. But, I mean, I think in the beginning, when he first came in to the WWF, I think at that point, for several months thereafter, he was underrated because nobody knew what to expect or what they could expect from Pillman. And by the way, Pillman's, as Soul just mentioned, Brian Pillman Jr. wrestles now and is a very good wrestler, by the way, if you haven't seen him wrestle before.
He's somewhat carrying his dad's legacy.
Yeah, well, and he's even using his name, which is cool. Yeah. So, you know, but I'm not knocking anybody that chooses not to use their family legacy because again, that can be a burden.
Joke time by me.
Yeah, go.
Hello, Woozy, and hello, 1231 Girly Girl.
Alright, I got the corniest joke of all. Why did the squirrel cross the road?
Did you get a nut?
I was gonna say to get nutted or something.
Anybody? Why did the squirrel cross the road?
I mean, I'm curious to hear people's answers to this
I don't
one.
know.
Man, the thing is, I made this joke up as I was driving to work Tuesday. I actually seen the squirrel cross the road. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And by the way, Woozy, welcome in, buddy.
Anybody else? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Why did the squirrel cross the road?
He said to bury a nut. I'm assuming. Yeah, to bury his nuts is what Joe Link says.
Alright, to prove that he had a pair of nuts.
To prove that he had a pair of nuts. So Joe Link was close.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Joe Link was close.
Well, there was two answers to that. To go check on his nuts.
Did we get shoutouts for Woozy in 1231?
I know 1231 had a shout out.
Okay. Got to get a shout out for Woozy.
Yep.
And by the way, Woozy,
And
do you
Joe
see your
Link,
logo
shout
on
out
the barricade?
Woozy.
If you have a look at the barricade of the newly redesigned Wrestle Wars Arena, Woozy, you will see your logo over in the corner with Boss Apollo and the Great Glenola.
Mine still is WCW, Archer.
I just redesigned that arena, so I can't remember whose logo is where on that one. But I believe in that one, or is it this one where they have We have no, it's not this one. I believe is it Starcade going all over? We have different streamers' logos on the turnbuckle pads.
I believe it is Starcade. But
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I did say it was going to be a corny joke.
Okay. Now this next one, I don't think was underrated, only because I don't think he's that good. D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, I guess only considered underrated if you actually liked him. I mean, not that I can't say I didn't like D'Lo Brown, but it's not like I ever turned on a show or a program solely to watch D'Lo Brown. So, to me, it was just like, whatever, you know what I mean? If he was on the show, he was on the show. If he wasn't, I didn't lose any sleep over it. So,
I didn't enjoy his WWE career, but I enjoyed his TNA career, D'Lo Brown's.
Oh.
He's underrated in WWE because they didn't give him a lot. They put the Intercontinental title on him, and then that was about the only title he's ever had.
yeah. Well, D'Lo Brown had the IC title.
Yeah.
Twice, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think so. On TNA, he's done so much more.
Yeah, I never enjoyed him.
Me either.
You know. But up next we got Sean Waltman.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the six-man tag to brag elimination matchup and going home with bragging rights tonight from Team Boss Apollo, Titan G, and Leo the King. It is Demon Razor, Eddie D. Terror, and Bishop B. White, the Public Enemy, pick up the big W here tonight. And I'll get the payout issued for that here in a moment. Back to you.
All right, but yeah, Sean Waltman's the next one that's underrated.
Why? He kind of was always underrated. I mean, especially when he was the 1-2-3 kid.
Now, that was funny though, because that gimmick was fucking hilarious. Against Razor Ramon, the Crybaby match, that was hilarious.
That's what I'm talking about. Where like he was still the 1-2-3 kid, and he had that. Well, I wouldn't say it was a long-standing feud, but it was a good program and rivalry with Razor Ramon, and then finally was able to pick up a W over Razor. And
I think he left to what? Go to WCW after that?
He did, yeah. That was kind of, he was passing the torch to X-Pac, yeah. Or, well, 1-2-3 kid at the time.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
He came back to that and then went to, after that, WWE, then after that, TNA, and then back, so much back and forth.
All right, next match of the night. This is a trip to the tag team division. We've got the Gate Crashers, Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa, taking on The Fiend and Lil Joey Nightmare, the Anarchists. And, of course, the Anarchists have just started scratching their surface of their potential as a tag team, but they are looking good tonight, looking to continue their streak of, well, devilishness, really. I mean, what else do you say about the Anarchists? They are, I don't know. They are crazy. They are maniacal. They are definitely fiendish, no pun intended. And always up to no good. So I almost feel bad for the Gate Crashers having to face these guys, but let's face it, Ciampa and Thatcher want in on the Tag Team Championship title picture. To do so, they are going to have to go through the Anarchists and vice versa. The Anarchists looking to get back into that spotlight themselves are on a bit of a winning streak now, so they'd like to continue that pattern and drive right through the Gate Crashers. Will that happen? I don't know, but what do you guys think? Who walks out with the W here?
Anarchists.
I gotta go with Daddy Ciampa. I gotta go with him. I gotta go with Ciampa on this one.
Boss?
I'm going with the Fiend and Little Joey Nightmare.
You're going with the Anarchists?
Yep, the Anarchists.
You don't know what reluctant compliments from the co-host is? It's been a while since I've actually been on broadcast, too.
Reluctant compliments from the co-host is somebody gets to say anything at all in the world that they would like to say to you, and even if it is telling you to fist yourself with a metal cactus that has jagged edges that can rip your intestines, You have to return with the most polite, humble, and supportive message to whomever it is.
Okay, so so that was a mistake. So
Actually, redeem it. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll just refund it.
Would you refund?
Oh, the reluctant compliments. It was redeemed by accident.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Let's see how much. I'm gonna put 8,000 on Ciampa.
8,000 on Ciampa. All right, so the betting lines are open. It is showtime and go time. Matchup number 2 here at Halloween Havoc Follow Night. Let's go.
Right.
To you, Glenola.
All right, here's the final one on this list, Archer. Kurt Hennig.
I says, pardon?
Hold on, before you do that, I want you to read what they said.
I'm going to.
Is there anything at all possible in literary history that could even remotely justify that comment?
Oh, just wait, Archer. First line on this. Kurt Hennig is the definition of underrated.
Wow.
Let him finish.
Considered by many to be the greatest performer to never hold a world championship, Hennig's skills in the ring were second to none. He truly was Mr. Perfect. He's never had a bad match. Rare breed who had just as much charisma as he did in skill. He truly was the total package, and it is an absolute mystery as why he wasn't pushed to be the face of wrestling. Yeah.
But didn't he just say that? Never mind. I give up. I give up. That doesn't make any sense. Literally,
I told you.
Lists Mr. Perfect, possibly, literally, the most perfect wrestler of all time, next to like Bret Hart, Ric Flair, and a few others. Says he's underrated, and then goes on to tell us, well, I think he's underrated, but he was possibly one of the best that ever stepped foot in the ring. Flawless, blah, blah, blah. Like, what a numbskull. What does...
I can't agree to disagree. I mean, he's held the Intercontinental title, but he's never held the world title is what they're saying.
Yeah, that's because he didn't have the world title.
Yeah, but so not having a world title makes you underrated?
Yeah, apparently.
Whoa. That is crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to step away for just a moment. I must bleed the bladder. It is screaming, so it is time. But I'll be right back. Continue the conversation. Enjoy the match. BRB. And if Bromer is lurking, that does not mean ban Reddy Bromer. Seen how he's been here the last, couple of weeks. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, you too.
And I'll be back myself. I gotta make a quick run.
And I'll be back myself.
All right. Oh, they're just leaving me on the broadcast.
God,
You guys are gonna be with my unholy hell broadcast.
You didn't want to help.
I'll get to them in a second. Granola, you're gonna be sticking around too?
I think he'll be right back.
Damn. Unholiness is already gonna swarm here.
Already.
There's a lot of stuff we could talk about. But no, joke time. Last I checked, my E is capital, but I'll let it slide. But actually, hold on. Hey, who the hell is Soul Ember?
Still up.
Or is it Boss? I'm like completely out of my mind right now. Like I said, who the hell is Soul Ember? Last I checked, the E's capital and there's a Z at the end. So, all right. I'll be nice this once.
Yeah, I'll be nice this time.
What did Tommaso Ciampa say when he got home? What did Tommaso Ciampa say when he got home?
And he said when he got home.
You can take a guess?
No, he probably said something weird.
Come on, boss.
Let's see. I was. Where's the beer, bitch?
Anybody else? What did Tommaso Ciampa say when he got home? Anybody in the chat?
Returned? What have I missed?
I'm gonna
Oh, what a knee to the face by the Fiend.
Uzi, I can save myself from that.
What's Woozy saying?
Yeah, I just blitzed me for about 10, but I'm not going to worry about that for right now. I got a joke time. The joke
time.
What did Tommaso Ciampa say when he got home?
What did Tommaso Ciampa say when he got home?
Boss has already gave me his answer.
Your answer, boss.
That's it. I said he got home and asked his wife, "Where's the bread, bitch?"
Where's the ribs, bitch? I mean, I don't even have a clue. I have no idea. What would Tommaso Ciampa say when returning home?
Daddy's home.
He said what?
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. Yeah, of course he would say that, I guess, wouldn't he?
Alright, well, I got blissed. I'll save myself in a moment. I actually got to let dogs out.
Alright.
So,
we'll see after the match.
Holy bullshit of soul.
Alright. So where were we aside from that in discussion?
We was on Kurt Heinrich. He was telling
oh, that's right. Kurt Hennig being considered underrated. And then in the same list, talk about how great he was, yeah.
I got tree of knowledge or writing views.
Ooh, nice.
Alright. Let's see, what can I say?
Thank you, DC.
I was 12 years old. And me and my brothers and sisters, we stayed tonight at my mom's friend's house. She was a creepy old lady. So she told us this story. Well, she asked us, "Have you heard of a person called Dead Man Fred?" I said, "Dead Man Fred." I said, "No, we never heard of Dead Man Fred." He said one day, Dead Man Fred to be a seller. He used to sell at seeds all the time. And when he'd get home for the seed, he'd knock on the window 4 times to let his wife know he's home. So one day, she said he got lost at sea, and ever since then, he would try to find his way back home. So one day, she told us this story that she left, and this no lie. God damn it!
What?
I thought.
Oh, good God. What even? Hey?
And I'm...
Wow.
I got enough points to do whatever I want.
Did you just speed up the band time on your own band? That is savage. Go Soul Embers. You know what? That's a first time in Archerverse history. Nobody's ever done that before.
Nobody ever did this before.
Oh, that is grand.
Look, Woozy. I'm going to tell you this right here, right now. You are a co-host. I am the special guest host.
Special guest host. Boss, was your story over, by the way?
Oh yeah, I was okay. So me, my sisters, and my brother, we was all in the room. So we heard a knock on the window 4 times. So the whole time we thinking somebody that's playing with us, or did they try to scare us? So we heard it again 4 times. So I said, so we were downstairs, talked to my auntie. I said, you knock on the window upstairs? He said, how knock on the window? We up 2 stories. I said, well, somebody knocking on the window. She said, I'll stop playing. Y'all trying to scare me. So he said, okay, so we about to lay back in the room. We heard knock on the window 4 times. So we said, the fuck it. My sister opened the window. It was an old white man with a beard, with a yellow raincoat. And when we saw that shit, we ran downstairs, ran out the house, and ran back home. That's the terrifying stuff we saw. It was still scary.
All right, well, I will say that part of that story is true.
Okay.
I say it's half true, half bullshit.
You know, I understand the scary old man with a white beard. I mean, everybody's scared of Santa Claus every now and then.
Santa Claus.
So I gotta
So
say
you got lie.
Hey, Archer, I'm going to disagree with you. I think it's half bullshit, half true.
You think? And by the way, Soul Woozy says, "Wow, take your manning with honor. Have to pay to speed up your own band time."
See, here's the thing, though, Woozy. When you got the moolah, you can do anything.
Okay, so the story is the first part of it is bullshit. The second part is true. Now,
just by the flow of the story, I kind of got that it was only partially true.
Now the part about being 2 stories. That's what but it was a man. It was a man in our hood, in our neighborhood. His name was Fred. But when he died, he's knocking people windows. He's a crackhead. He's knocking people windows, looking for smoking for money. And when he died, everybody make a story called Dead Man Fred. And one day he knocked on our window, and we told our mom about it and stuff like that. So when we told her, she didn't believe us. She said, "Nah, it's probably because he died 2 weeks ago." So we looking like, what the hell? But yeah, it's a person named Dead Man Fred. He's a terror the neighborhood.
Dead Man Fred.
Yeah, that's what they called him, Dead Man Fred.
Oh, Ciampa kicked out again. The Fiend took care of Thatcher, but Lil Joey couldn't get the job done there. Wow, what a match this is. The Gatecrashers versus the Anarchists putting on a clinic here.
DC, he said that's the right way to believe.
Yeah. Boss, do you have a list tonight?
I just had a freaking list. Oh, I gotta find it.
Listen up, Moxley.
Uh-oh.
We are coming with what you just did. You've really got us going now, and you are the next target. And if you think leaving the country is going to help you, well, just remember, Kishu wa Neramasu.
Jesus. The Wolfman apparently multilingual. But anyways, yeah, what was your list?
Top the best 10 wrestlers return of all time.
The best wrestlers' returns of all time?
Yep. It's an old list. It was published July 22, 2012.
2012. Ooh. Well, that could be interesting.
Okay, number 10, it says, number 10 was Chris Jericho. He returned in 2007.
Yeah. I mean, that was a pretty big return, actually.
It was.
Oh, that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the match. Lil Joey Nightmare and The Fiend, the Anarchists, pick up the big W. And I'll issue the payout for that matchup. That was a great match. I mean, for a while there, that literally could have gone either way, but it looks like Little Joy Nightmare. I mean, he is a resilient little bastard, isn't he? I mean, he almost drove right into the ring. That is completely irresponsible, by the way. I mean, I do not approve of that. All right, so the Anarchists are the winners. Payout has been issued.
Well, whoever bet against me got $8 grand.
All right, on to the next match of the evening.
I won 7,000.
Yeah.
All right, this one is for the Women's Pure Wrestling Championship. It is Alexa Bliss representing Team Joe Link. We got Akira Blade, and of course, the reigning defending Pure Wrestling Champion from Team Asia Invasion, the Asian Nightmare, Ashley Shang, putting her title on the line. Who do you guys got taking the gold here tonight? Akira Blade, Alexa Bliss, or will Ashley Shang retain again?
You know what? What Ashley Shang did, what she did to Stevens.
Oh God, that was crazy, wasn't it?
I ain't putting up past her, so I know it was a 1-on-1. I want Ashley Shang, but since it's on a triple threat, I'm going with Akira Blade.
Starched Tia Stevens in 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
To retain her title at Halloween Havoc. That was absolutely crazy. I mean, nobody in the history of the Archerverse, and specifically involving Tia Stevens, has that ever happened to her.
No, not even the Faces of Fear that have dominated her like that before.
No, exactly.
Not even Rose Brewer haven't dominated her like that before.
That was a complete shock.
It was.
All right, here we go. Triple threat action.
I'm going with Shane. I'm going with Shane. Because that's what's incredible what she did. That's what I'm going with.
This is a one fall, wins it all. Triple threat tornado matchup. And this is going to be off the hook. You've got Akira Blade, who's already tasted gold in the YTD Academy. Looking to put that Pure Wrestling strap around her waist. To do so, got to go through Ashley Shang. And, of course, not the only one sticking her nose in Ashley Shang's business tonight, is she? Alexa Bliss from Team Joe Link, looking to get back into that title picture.
So I'm deciding on which one I want to pick. Tough choice to pick.
It is.
I've seen all three of them in action.
One fall.
I'm going to have to go with Blade. I'm going to have to go with Blade.
I know one thing we can guarantee is that Ashley Shang is not winning in 10 seconds tonight.
No, not she ain't. If she do, it's rigged. I mean, somebody working together.
Speaking of Alexa Bliss, here she comes. Representing the Outlaws.
You know we haven't had in a good while, Archer?
What?
A mixed tag match.
A mixed tag match? No, we have not. It's been a long, hot minute.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while since we had one of those.
Everybody's focus has been elsewhere, so we didn't. And I mean, the division just kind of ran dry for a long time.
It did. It ran real dry.
I have an idea. Let's make it happen, shall we?
Alexa Bliss looking focused and ready to roll.
She's ready.
And here comes the champion, the one who starched one of the most powerful women in the division and one of the greatest champions in the division's history. In 10 seconds, the reigning defending Pure Wrestling champion from Team Asia Invasion, the Asian Nightmare, Ashley Shang, ladies and gentlemen.
And introducing the champion, representing the Clique from parts unknown.
I still can't believe that. Like,
She beat her.
I know. Like, what? Hopefully, for Tia Stevens' sake, she gets a rematch at some point.
Yeah, it was so funny. You said, alright, y'all, I'm gonna go to the Pacific. Whoa, the match over already?
Yeah, like, I mean, like, what happened?
I know, it's so funny. She
I thought she got the belt, though. Or did VDK take that belt from you?
Which belt?
Mixed tag.
Well, the mixed tag belts just became inactive.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they did.
Should we bring him back to action?
Probably not.
Oh, mixed match. We'll just have to mix match. We'll just have a mixed tag.
The problem was the mixed tag division caused too many issues for tag teams and factions that existed because you had to rearrange and split them up to make certain things happen, and it was always messing with the storyline side of it. Started trying to book ridiculous matches. Anyways, back to Boss.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Alright. Okay. Oh, here we go. Number 9 on the list is Edge, returning in 2004.
Yeah, that was a big moment.
It was. Yeah, it was. That's a big moment. Number 8 on the list was Matt Hardy, returning in 2005.
Is there no descriptions on your list?
Huh?
Usually they, because not everybody knows what happened during those matches or what have you. So,
all right. So number 9 was Edge, returning in 2004. It says one of the more competitive ideas WWE had ever came up with on Raw was the draft lottery. Had brief on an annual basis. It said 2003 Edge suffered a several neck injury, the same one that led to his retirement. On May 22, 2004 episode of Raw, Edge surprised the crowd with a triumphant return by spraying the new general manager Eric Bischoff. Yeah, that was.
Hello, Panda.
Yeah, that was a great moment. I mean, personally, I've always been an Edge fan too, so there's that as well. But
and
the greatness.
I mean,
she's greatest, not greatness. Justin Panda's in the house. What's going on, Panda?
Blackheart versus.
Did we get a shout out for Panda? Yeah, we did. Never mind. Joe Link was on top of it.
By the way, Blackheart and Dog versus Charlie and Kyle. YTD Academy there. There's your mixed tag right there.
Oh, yes, I see that. So, now that you've redeemed that, go put that in the matchup request section.
I always forget to do that shit for you, too.
Well, Glenola's playing the jackpot.
Uh-oh, Leo.
145. That's got to come close to one set of the numbers, which I believe is 135. So that's only 10 away. And I believe that's the YTD Academy Championship up. Is that what that one is?
It was the...
No, there it is there. So yeah, it is. It's the YTD Championship match.
Yep,
So right now, Leo the King is in the lead to win that one. The other set of numbers, 2-2-2. Now remember, you got to come within 50 points by the end of the show, or beat somebody that came within 50 points by the end of the show to win your award.
Why somebody did me at the last minute?
Yeah, they did. That was Krondos.
Yeah, we just talked about it. Said, well,
Yeah,
yo,
we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we were. That's funny.
Vampire Bree, your numbers are 757. Negative.
Who had the closest? I had 155.
They had 145. And the numbers are 135.
Leo King here.
So Leo the King, yeah, Leo the King is still in the lead for that.
One number off. I got 3 off.
All right. Anyways, back to you, boss. While everybody's playing I'll keep you updated if anybody beats your 135.
Okay. No, that was Leo King. It's not mine.
Or sorry, the Leo the King. Yeah.
All right. Number 8 was Matt Hardy, returned in 2005. This was one of the more unique returns that WWE ever saw. Mainly because it incorporated real-life circumstances. Following a very public story of Lita cheating on her real-life boyfriend Matt Hardy with Edge. Oh,
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Hardy will be released from his contract on April 1st, 2005. But fans had Hardy and the WWE used the power of their voices to campaign to get the Hardy back the company. Mr. Man gave just 4 months later, on August 1st, 2005 edition where Hardy made his grand return, which led into exactly programmer with his arch rivalry Edge.
No problem, Panda. No problem, AMC. It was all random.
You got to speak up a little bit there, Soul.
I said it was all random.
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, good. You did. Number 7 on the list is Eugene gets a little help from The Rock.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was hilarious. You
Yeah.
don't have any friends. Gene.
And by the way, Sister Sassy Pants, welcome in to episode number 403 AMC Me. Appreciate you for being here.
Okay, it says, we all remember the character Eugene played very, very well by ex-superstar Nick Dismore.
Yeah, he's still doing his schooling too for wrestling. He's teaching other people.
Eugene had plenty ups and downs WWE. In this instance, Jonathan Coachman tries to get rid of him, only to have the most electrified superstar WWE history come out and change things in a hurry. What made his return great was that it was the 100% unexpected, combined with
Yeah, it really was actually.
Also, so when he came back, they weren't playing.
Sorry, say that again.
No, it was not planned at all. It was not.
No, no,
okay.
yeah, no.
All I remember that was popcorn fart.
Yeah. It said what made it return to great. It was unexpected. Combined with the reaction of Eugene as well as the reaction of the crowd, and you have yourself a very memorable moment in history.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and back to the Matt Hardy thing, I got to be honest, I wasn't all that excited when he made his return at that particular date. Now, I know there's some people that probably were. I wasn't one of them, you know. I'd have been more excited if it was Jeff Hardy making a return. I liked Matt Hardy, I just didn't like him as much as I did Jeff or some of the other superstars, but...
So, Edge and Matt Hardy, they have like real life drama?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
My understanding is the whole Edge stealing Matt's girlfriend was based off of actual truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. I thought it was all in the, they used that whole, and they used that whole gimmick. We came back and he still, that's number 6 is tied. 2 returns at the same time was Undertaker and Triple H.
Undertaker and Triple H.
Returned in 2011.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they regret having them return at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I never would have done that.
Me either. It's in the week leading to WrestleMania 27. The WWE aired several showing on an old log cabin with a man inside. The video include a tagline to February 21st, 11. Most fans figured out that the man inside the house was the Undertaker, except the Undertaker made his rude return on February 21st edition of Raw. However, the more video aired, the more it seemed like there was another part of the story. How someone looking on the dead man. The most exciting part of the return was the Undertaker being upstaged by returning Triple H.
I mean, I don't think anybody has ever upstaged The Undertaker, so I don't know about that. But if anything, that would be a reverse role. Everybody's still so excited The Undertaker come back that, you know, the return of Triple H quickly got swept under the rug for the rest of the night is more likely, but I never would have had them re-debuting on the same evening. It would have been one person would have debuted then, the next would have been the next night on Monday Night Raw. And it would have been the very last segment of the evening, for that matter. But I don't think I agree with that particular statement, though. I don't think anything upstaged The Undertaker.
Yeah,
but,
me either.
Joe Link, this is a fantastic matchup, I know. Whoa, and there it is. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new Women's Pure Wrestling Champion representing the Outlaws and Team Joe Link, Alexa Bliss, your new Pure Wrestling Champion.
Thank you, Joe Link.
Thank you, Joe Link. Let me guess, you bet on Alexa Bliss.
Well, I went for her, but I didn't bet for her.
I see.
It was actually a good match regardless because of Little Miss Bliss.
No, it was. That was a fantastic matchup. Akira Blade has been sensational since debuting at YTD Academy. He's been given opportunities on both Wrestle Wars and Starrcade. Has no permanent home yet. She's still a queen over at the YTD Academy. But, of course, Alexa Bliss has been on the up and up lately, looking to get back into the title picture, and Shang. Man, oh man, I was wondering if anybody was going to dethrone her, especially after she went and starched. She absolutely starched Tia Stevens at Halloween Havoc in 10 seconds. And by the way, we talked about this earlier, but that is a record that has also been set. Team Joe Link already broke the one record of the fastest match of 12 seconds that was made all the way back at the Archivers 1.0 by the OG Kurt Jordan. His time was 12 seconds. Joe Link's team did it in 9 seconds. Now we have Ashley Shang from Team Asia Invasion toppled Tia Stevens in 10 seconds, which defeats the Eagle Robert Rage from Team TV Crips 14 seconds that he beat his opponent in. So that is sensational. We have had 2 records from the Archivers 1.0 broken, and I didn't think that was ever going to happen, and they've both happened within the last less than a week.
Crazy, man.
Isn't that crazy? That's fucking awesome, though, isn't it? Fucking awesome.
That was funny.
Well, I'm going to have to jump off here, Archer. You guys have a great night.
All right,
lovely. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. We've got the show for the rest of the eve. We will sail it smooth through calm waters, baby. Lurk away.
All right. So have fun, everybody in the chat. It's good seeing ya.
All right. Yeah, good one. Number 5 on the list was Ric Flair, returning in 2001.
All right, before you go there, the next match of the evening, it is for the Men's Pure Wrestling Championship. This is a fatal four-way contest, and it is the Prince the Outcast, former Pure Wrestling Champion, just lost his championship the other night to Psychosis. Kyle Riley from Team Life is Great, who is the reigning defending champion, putting his title on the line against Big Money Marcus Stevens from Team Tiliana Pearson. Of course, we've got the OG YTD Academy sensation from Team Bucket Phenoms, Tyler Bronco in the house. But this is a fatal four-way elimination matchup. At least I think it is. It is supposed to be. We know the surprises. People like to mess around here and not tell me information. Sometimes they turn. No, it's. I mean, look at the last week we had a matchup. It was supposed to be elimination, turned into a single fall match. I was like, what the hell just happened?
They did.
You remember that?
Yeah, we did.
It's
blame production, man. Blame
right,
production.
villainy and chaoticness around here in the last several weeks.
Is Vinny K stealing your papers again and rewriting
Right?
everything?
No kidding. This is why he's in such a heated rivalry with the Wolfpack. He thinks he can still get away with far too much. He can't even control his own show. He needs to leave ours alone if he is meddling. But
wow.
so Prince
Archer needs a break.
Archer needs a break. Who says that? Glenola. Glenola! How dare you, sir? That is ghastly. Glenola, we're supposed to be friends. You and I, Fam Jam. The Archerverse. The Fam Jam includes you, sir. Yeah, right, BFFs. And what do I get as a gift from my BFF? I get a ban. I get removed. And then my other BFF has to spend his hard-earned Archerverse bucks to speed up that ban time. I mean, that is absolutely ghastly. Absolutely ghastly.
We've had a first on the Archer. We had first today. I got banned with Bliss, and then I spent my own to bring my ass back. And
I see that swear jar. I see that swear jar. You're not fooling me, sir.
Not yet, you're not. Not yet. The T3 gifted, and the 5 T1 subs gifted all in one night.
Right? What? 15 what?
What?
What'd you just say?
What do you mean?
No. What'd you say? Because you've dropped...
I dropped 5
Yes.
T1s and 1 T3.
Yep.
That's
speeded
6. Bliss for myself.
Yes. And,
oh, you didn't know? No one knew I was going to be here.
that is true.
Nobody.
Surprise the masses with your appearance. The God Complex swear jar applies to entire announce team. So just in case, wait a minute, the entire announce team. Did we all get swear jarred? That is ghastly. Where does it say that?
Just you.
You know, I got swear jarred, but I saw it. He's not fooling me.
He's trying to cover our asses.
Just in case one of us slip in a swear jar. Yeah.
He's just trying to cover our asses.
He's covering our. No.
Archer, Godplex.
God Complex. Yes,
Yeah.
Complex.
Yeah. Yes, you have the jar capped.
I have the jar is capped. I'm good to go.
You were able to fucking cuss.
Well, technically, I have to get put in the swear jar before that actually becomes effective.
What you did though, because of granola, you got put in the jar.
Glenola is now lurking. Have a good night, Glenola. Appreciate you for being here as always. You're an important part of the team and community.
Hey, Punisher.
Punisher, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. We're just about to get to our next match of the night for the Pure Wrestling Championship.
What do you got?
I've got Prince the Outcast on this one. He is angry and hungry, and he wants his title back. I mean, it's a tall glass of water tonight, though. Tyler Bronco, Big Money, and the reigning defending champion himself is a savage. This is going to be a slobber knocker. Likely a fast-paced, high-octane matchup, so don't blink. You might miss something. But I am going to get the betting lines open right now so you guys can bet on the matchup. Just give me a moment.
I got to go for Big Money.
Boss, what about you?
I think he's eating those chicken nuggets.
I think he's eating those chicken nuggets that, yes. How dare he?
Damn. He got winded after telling the story.
All right, so who walks out with the gold here? Is it going to be the Prince, Bronco, Big Money, or Kyle Riley, the reigning defending champ?
Either way you look at
or
it.
maybe Kyle Reike. There we go. I shall fix that.
No, you should have kept that. You should have kept that.
Oh no, because Glenola is still lurking, and I won't hear the end of it because he will bring it up either today or tomorrow. That
I brought up Mitchell No Name.
Mitchell No Name.
2 point.
That was hilarious.
2.0.
Yeah, I believe that was 2.0. Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
Right around the beginning of 2.0, I think.
Uh-huh.
All right, betting lines are open. You got 5 minutes to make your bets on who you think is going to win the Pure Wrestling Championship. Fatal 4-way contest. Prince, the Outcast, looking to regain his title. Tyler Bronco and Big Money Marcus Stevens both looking to wear that championship for the first time. And, of course, we have Psychosis Kyle Riley from Team Life is Great, putting the title on the line, reigning defending. Are you guys ready?
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get this going.
All right, well, let's go. Without further ado, Fatal 4-way contest, Pure Wrestling Championship on the line. Let's go. And Boss Apollo is MIA in the middle of his list.
I'm
That's
back.
ghastly. Oh, there you are.
You know what?
Boss is the worst guest on the planet for disappearing and not letting us know what he's doing.
Here, I'll bring a special list just for you, Archer. A special list. and as these guys are making it down the ring, Boss, are you done with your list?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
All right.
Was your list done?
No, I was on number, I don't know.
The following contest.
Number 2 was, number 5 was Ric Flair.
Wrestling Championship
2001 return. Is it after WWE purchased the World WCW? Fans hope for appearance by Ric Flair. The night after WWE defeated the Alliance as Survivor Series, Flair made his first appearance in WWE since February of 1993. That's a long time.
That was, yeah, it doesn't, that's so long ago. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but it really, that's crazy, eh?
Number 4 was Bret Hart returning in 2010.
Yeah, I was going to say that was 2010, I believe.
Yep, 20, yeah.
That was a huge, you know what, that was one of the hugest shocks, especially at the time, maybe ever, was the return of Bret the Hitman Hart, I think. I did not expect that to ever happen.
Me either.
I'll be honest.
It was going to happen eventually, though.
You think?
Yeah, I never thought it would happen.
I wanted it to happen eventually, but I wasn't necessarily 100% confident that was going to happen, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, so.
Well, Vince tried to put Shawn in the middle of Vince and Hart's thing, and Shawn
Yeah.
appeared in on that one.
Well, he kind of did put himself in the middle of it, and Shawn, reluctantly or not, we don't really know to this day, but either way, he went along with it either way. So, but I mean, look what it did for wrestling history, though. So the Montreal Screwjob, whether some of us liked it or hated it, it was really important. It had to happen.
introducing the challenger, representing
That's one, but before that, it's one hell of a match.
the internet, weighing in at
They said after the famous Montreal Screwjob in 1997, fans thought they'd never see that day come. But more than 12 years later, WWE fans finally saw one of the biggest superstar ever to show on the show once again. When Bret Hart came back, he vowed to put many things behind him, and the show really begun when he faced Shawn Michaels. Watch the pros, baby, the hatchet was more than a fan could ask for.
I still think that's one of the best matches of all time.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. It is. Yeah, I agree.
I like the Bret Hart and Vince match at WrestleMania for no reason. It was
Which one?
Hilarious. Bret versus Vince.
Oh yeah, that was kind.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
in its own right.
it was. I mean, it was long overdue too, right? Like that's a storyline. You know what? It ended up being Stone Cold, really, but it should have been Bret Hart that had that role.
Yeah.
Initially, right? But I guess if Bret had done it, then Stone Cold likely wouldn't have, and things wouldn't have rolled through history as they did. So there's that too. But
Yeah, I think number 3 was Brock Lesnar returning in 2012. this was another return that couldn't be kept from the internet. It also one many fans probably thought they never see. Lesnar departed from the company in 2004 following WrestleMania 20.
Yeah.
He did not leave him in the WWE best graces. Lesnar went on to complete UFC, and fans never expected him back due to the way he parted ways with WWE.
Guys, don't forget to hydrate, by the way.
I mean, we have a hydrate?
No, I'm just saying, in general, don't forget to hydrate.
Oh, yeah, of course. I've got a drink right beside me, so. Somebody redeemed hydrators. Like, do we have one of those? I don't even.
No, we don't have. No, you don't even have a thing called hydrate.
No.
I just want to remind you, talking for a while, you got your sore gets kind of raw, dried out.
Is definitely true. But, yeah, I mean, there was that one time that it was a bit of a surprise Brock Lesnar made his return. At the same time, I think most of us assumed he'd come back at some point.
Yeah, I knew he'd be back.
And then thereafter, anytime he disappeared and came back, it was never a surprise. It was just like, oh, Brock's back. Okay, yeah, we kind of figured it. You know what I mean?
Oh, who's going to face Roman? Oh, wait, Brock's here.
Yeah, Brock's here.
Who's going to face Bobby Lashley? Oh, Brock's here.
Brock just showed up in his tractor. So
that was actually a good match.
That was awesome, yeah. You know what? It really was. That was a very good match.
Going with Lesnar and Lashley.
That's going to be fun. But you know what?
Go back to the $1 billion hair shaving WrestleMania.
Yeah, but you know what? What I wanted to see is them in the fight pit.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Both of them at UFC?
That's what I want to see. I wonder if anybody's come up with a list of people they'd like to see in a fight pit match. Do you think is that match too new for something like that to exist yet? You think?
Probably.
Yeah, because I'm actually a fan of the fight pit. I think it's a great new concept and way to utilize a cage, much like I utilize steel cage and make it into an Archer's lockdown. So instead of being able to escape over the cage or through the door, you have to eliminate your opponent in that cage in the four sides of steel if you want to escape it. And the fight pit, if you want to get the hell out of the fight pit, you gotta beat your opponent's ass, and it's very much the same idea. So I'm all for it, but I think Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley are the two perfect people to put in that scenario.
Yeah, me too. So hopefully this rivalry keep going.
Well, yeah, you're not going to do it for the very first match, obviously, but
yeah. So hopefully keep going at least until like a couple more pay-per-views.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see that happen. It's been a long time coming, right? A matchup between Lashley and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's one of the most questions match of all forever. So hopefully this rivalry keeps going on.
Actually, my bad. I don't know why I thought about Brock Lesnar.
You know what's weird? On my dashboard, I see Joe Link says, "Not much, Punisher," and underneath it says, "What's up, Joe?" It's like, wait a minute. Did Joe Link answer Punisher's question before he asked the goddamn question? Like, what happened there?
Probably.
Joe Link has got some serious voodoo shit going on there.
So my list, Archer.
Oh, yes, right. You have a list. I forgot.
I got one. I got one special list.
Okay.
Let me know when you're done, boss.
All right, I'll go. Almost number 2 is The Rock gets hold WrestleMania 27. WrestleMania 27 features the main event of John Cena versus The Miz for the WWE title. Needed something to spice up the event, particularly increase the buy rate. WWE knew they needed to do something big, so on the Valentine's Day edition of Raw 2011, the fan was to introduce you to the man who would be the special host of WrestleMania, and it was The Rock. Number 1 is Triple H returns in 2002.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, he came back in that jean jacket and his jeans looking ripped. He was shredded. Shredded.
Yeah,
that was the game Triple H. That was before he went on to become the King of Kings. But I mean, it was fantastic. It was well done. They kept that pretty tight lipped, so it it didn't really get out in the dirt sheets or anything at the time. But so yeah, that was a huge surprise. It was a great surprise, and then of course he went on to have a great matchup as well. So
yeah, he came back with Giannis looking like a new man. Everything.
Like he had that knee injury.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah,
pedigree, he told the story too because his knee slid off.
He ceased being Hunter Hearst Helmsley and became the Game Triple H.
Yep.
But his knee kind of moved off to the side, and that's what caused the accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was out for 8 months, was he? He was out for 8 months. Yeah, 8 months. Yeah. He was out for 8 months.
Well, you figure every time he delivered the pedigree, he was dropping to his knees. I mean.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Eventually, that was. Yeah. Yep. I mean, eventually, that was definitely gonna take its toll. Same with what happened to Hulk Hogan, right? All those leg drops. He was landing, it may seem like harmless, and simple maneuver, but it's at the same time you're jumping and putting all that pressure on your tailbone each and every time you do it. Well, yeah, right?
Same for Stone Cold, he was doing those stunners and fought on his behind all those times. Yep, well, there go my list, y'all. The top 10 greatest returns.
I'll do it after this match.
Wow, and that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match and new Pure Wrestling Champion from Team Outcast Gameplays, Prince the Outcast, your new Pure Champion. I mean, that is crazy. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly just won that championship from Prince the Outcast.
He did.
And now tonight, Prince the Outcast gets his revenge. He didn't get a one-on-one rematch like he wanted, but he got his opportunity, and man, did he make the most of that. Look at this. Prince the Outcast, once again, your Pure Wrestling Champion.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, so I'm going to read this little analogy here. The terms of overrated has been used by wrestling fans for years. I want you guys to get that in mind. When looking at the talents, they have believed that was pushed more than the skills that were warranted. I'm going to leave it right there.
Okay.
Right? Now then, number 10. Does it mean that a wrestler is bad or a failure? By any means, if they are viewed as an overrated world champion. That should give it away. The role requires everything to click to the fans truly buying into someone as a top star. This is the top 10 most overrated world champions in wrestling history.
I like it. Let's go.
Here we go.
Number 10. Mick Foley.
Well, he's been on another list like this before, and I'll say it again. Mick Foley was definitely underrated because he was that deranged guy that had deformities, and nobody expected him to be a world champion because he was there to simply hurt people and make himself feel better by feeling pain that was inflicted upon him and other such things, right? So I actually do think he was underrated, and let's face it, he was a glorified stuntman, not necessarily a wrestler, so there's that as well.
I'm going to read the last bit of the sentence because WWE witnessed Mick Foley becoming a megastar. It just talks about the Attitude Era with Austin, Rock.
Oh, okay, sure. Yep.
Foley, unfortunately, never got to have a strong world title reign like those names that are booking. The 3 WWE champion reigns of
Just give me one moment. One moment before you continue there. Next match of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is for the Archerverse Women's World Tag Team Championship. It is a triple threat tornado tag team matchup. We've got the Union, Dewdrop and Kaylee Ray, taking on Hardcore Country, China and Mickey James, and of course the reigning defending champions, the Outlaws, Amber Extreme and Britt Baker DMD, representing Team Joe Link, putting their titles on the line. Who do you guys think is walking out with the gold? I'm going to go ahead, and I think I already started the betting lines actually. So the betting lines are open. Go ahead and start making your bets. And Soul Embers, back to you while I get the show on the go. And
before we go back to that, Big Body Meta just raided with 9.
Yo, Big Body Meta with an invasion. Welcome in, invaders. What's going on, Big Body? How was the rest of your show, my friend? And Raiders, how's everybody's day? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Welcome to episode number 403. This is actually our Fallout show from Sunday night's Halloween Havoc. And man, oh man, if you have not seen that show, either go to YouTube over at the Shark Tank and check it out there, or check it out right here on Twitch. But Halloween Havoc was smoking hot. It was an absolute fire evening with a lot of great people. Matches were off the hook. Surprises and championship matches all night long. Oh my God, make sure you check it out. But tonight is the Fallout show, or the beginning of our Fallout week. It will, of course, extend through to WCW Starrcade this Friday night. But tonight, the Archivers Wrestle Wars, the Fallout begins, and right now we're just about to have a tag team championship matchup. It is triple threat action, Tornado tag team action. The champions are to your immediate left, the Outlaws from Team Joe Lake. Then we have Hardcore Country, China and Mickey James, and of course Dewdrop and Kaylee Ray. The Union looking to dethrone the Outlaws. You still have a little bit of time to make your bets if you're going to, but other than that, it is showtime and go time. Let's get this match underway, and Soul Embers, back to you, buddy.
All right. Let's see here. Foley saw him holding the belt for a combined of 36 days. This is why, I don't know why they put him as overrated. But Foley never got to have the ideal world title reign due to WWE having a bigger plans for other names. Even Mick Foley's Soul TNA World Championship reign was dismissed coming later in his career. So they didn't do much with Foley, but he is part of the Attitude Era, and he did hold that title. I gotta give him props to that.
He did, and I mean, he was simply a transitional champion, anyways, for the most part. But when Foley or Mankind won the championship, it was a big moment, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, I think it was probably the only big moment he might have had, other than the Undertaker, obviously, and Mankind Hell in a Cell matchup.
Rock and all that. And
right. There was a few, but not as big as that, maybe, I don't think. And really, I think the only thing bigger than that is the Cell match with Taker. So, I mean, that's going to go down in infamy as one of those brutal matches, if not the most brutal match of all time. So, there might be some other death matches, barbed wire matches, and a few things from other promotions that might top that Hell in a Cell match, but for the most part, especially on network TV, I mean, that was absolutely savage. So,
and I gotta give Eric Bischoff that credit too, because he called that match.
He did. Yep.
He said, "What's gonna happen? What they're gonna give it to They're gonna give the title to Mick Foley." Yeah, and that's what happened. Number 9.
They gave out the results on an episode of Monday Nitro. And by the way, you know what happened? You know, of course, they didn't get out immediately. But a lot of viewers that were watching Nitro, when they did that, turned the channel to go watch Mick Foley win the title. So it actually backfired.
Yeah.
That actually backfired. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your reigning, defending, and undisputed Archivers Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Outlaws, Amber Extreme and Britt Baker, DMD from Team Joe Link. And man, oh man, are they formidable champions. Let's not forget, folks, they are double tag team champions. They're also the YTD Academy Women's Tag Team Champions. They defended those titles earlier today. Here they are tonight, less than 12 hours later, defending the Archivers World Tag Team Championships. They are one formidable tag team. Let's see if their challengers are up to the task of dethroning them.
All right. Number 9, Terry Funk.
Hey, Soul.
Yo.
Just want to let you know before you continue that you're sounding mighty sexy tonight.
Alrighty then. Have you been sipping the Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid may or may not have just a drop or two of vodka in it.
Well, you might want to stay wholesome for this part, because this next one's Terry Funk.
Well, I mean, Terry Funk was. It depends on the era.
Well,
that's the problem with the whole Terry Funk thing, right?
Yeah, because Paul Heyman made sure that anyone following ECW would know that barely legal. Okay, I fucking pronounce this. Barely legal 1997 was the biggest night in the company's history. Memorable, sadly. It's the first time the pay-per-view for ECW felt like a huge accomplishment. So Paul Heyman wanted to book the biggest feel-good ending. Terry Funk won the ECW championship for the heartwarming story of a legend winning the big one again.
And I just have to add, that was well done. Because, yeah, you should. If you haven't or you don't remember, it was very, very well done. They helped carry Terry Funk through that matchup very, very well. He performed himself very well during the matchup, especially for his age at the time even. Because, yeah, let's not forget, he's not exactly a spring chicken, even at that point.
It just reminds me too much of Chainsaw Charlie. Oh, wait. That's
yeah. Right? They actually brought Chainsaw Charlie into WWF at one point, but we'll talk about that a little bit later if you want to.
Mick Foley.
Yeah.
I remember
but yeah, I mean, it was well done, and they did a good job of making that emotional moment actually feel emotional, because he was the legend that, you know, wasn't expected to win in the then modern times against some of those young bucks, and he pulled it off, became the ECW champion. It was fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah. Unfortunately, the rest of Funk's title reign was nothing to write home about, as he lost the title to Sabu a few months later. Heyman understood that this reign would peak that night Funk won it basically due to the story.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Terry Funk had to be the transitional champion. The legend, the hardcore legend, wasn't going to be able to have a long-term run as a champion, right? That was never going to happen. But I don't think Sabu should have been the one.
No, but I'm going to point this out here for any of those that are ECW old original fans. I'm going to say this, and only one time. There's more than one hardcore legend, regardless of who it is. Because you got Terry Funk, you got Mick Foley, you got Sabu, you got Tommy Dreamer, you know, you got Bubba Ray Dudley. You know, that right there should tell you guys something.
The Sandman?
Yep, the Sandman.
Ooh, I forgot about the Sandman.
But yeah, there's a lot of hardcore legends. Number 8, I don't think I'm going to have to read this one. Go ahead, Archer.
I was a fan of the Sandman because he seemed like, at the time, he was a bigger guy, but he wasn't all hulked out like some of the people in the business at the time. And he came with that Desert Storm story and whatever else that came along during that time period, and had some great battles with quite a few people en route to becoming champion. So I found the Sandman very intriguing. The only problem was they didn't do a very good job of evolving the Sandman, and he became for lack of yeah, right. He was like the B plus Stone Cold, kinda, or the stunt double. Yeah, the taller stunt double. But I mean, yeah. But they didn't do a good job of evolving him. So it just, for lack of better wording, because I didn't find him necessarily boring, but his story ran dry. I don't know.
They didn't put much into him. Number what was it, 8?
Yep.
Okay, number 8. I don't think I'm gonna have to read this, but I'll read the bottom half. Goldberg. Do I have to say anything else?
Nah.
Archer?
Well, I mean, for me, whether anybody likes Goldberg or does not like Goldberg, when it comes to when it comes to professional wrestling, it's hard to find a guy that's 173-0, been the United States champion, world champion, and try to sell that he was underrated as a champion.
He's overrated by far, but
if anything, yeah, right. Exactly. I don't disagree with you there. He did. The story was great. He was exciting. He was again, just like the Sandman, He was the answer to Stone Cold Steve Austin for WCW, and they did a pretty good job with that. The only problem was, and nobody worried about it till later, but Goldberg couldn't wrestle nearly as well as Stone Cold Steve Austin. And for those of that knew Stone Cold before he was the beer guzzling, bar brawling redneck, he was the ringmaster. He was putting on technical clinics in WCW prior to that in other territories, and he's a fantastic wrestler. Goldberg never had that, and Goldberg, I wouldn't say Goldberg had a lack of charisma, but he didn't have
the X factor.
Yeah, I don't think he ever had that. He just had that presence, and he was in the right storylines. But to me, I don't know. I've just never been the biggest Goldberg fan. And before we continue the conversations, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, and still, good God, these guys are just absolutely dominant, aren't they? From Team Joe Link, Britt Baker, DMD, Amber Extreme, the Outlaws, still.
I want to talk to your production team.
Yeah,
I mean, severely.
About?
Well, apparently you have LED lights on your barricade. Because they kept glitching in and out.
Oh, nice.
You might want to talk to your production team.
But anyways, the Outlaws still your Archiverse World Women's Tag Team Champions, so I'll issue the payout for that in just a moment. But guys, what do you think of the dominance of the Outlaws?
I think that they would come down a peg. One of these days they're going to get knocked off their high horses.
They remind me very much of an old tag team. You guys will probably remember this tag team. They were around in the Archiverse 1.0 and for a part of the Archiverse 2.0, but Vicious and Delicious, Dynamite Jesse Williams and Danny Sparks.
No.
They are just so dominant and such a great team that works so well together. So,
bringing back the old classics.
Somebody, Jesse Panda said, "What's wrong with Goldberg?"
Nothing's wrong with Goldberg. He's just not as good of a wrestler as a lot of the people we like.
I'll read the second half because we already know about the 3 titles and the one WCW.
I'll issue the payout for this matchup in the meantime.
However, hold on, throat's killing me. However, there were a few storylines that connected since Goldberg was hard to write for. The World Championship and the Universal Championship reigns of Goldberg in WWE missed the mark. More to make the reputation as a world champion needed to take a hit.
I mean,
that's the only issue.
It was hard to write for because, that's right, it probably shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's that hard to write, it probably doesn't belong. You know what I mean?
If you want to see a classic match where he was actually younger and a good wrestler, no offense to any Goldberg fans, because I'm one of them.
Me too.
His title run against Hogan, and another classic one against Diamond Dallas Page in WCW. Archer?
I'm just setting up the betting lines. Just give me a moment.
Him and Booker T had a pretty good match too.
Am I seeing 1/3 of the bad bitches? Or is it not?
You are indeed. That is Claire Nikita Lyons from Team France with 2 L's. Claire, of course, everybody knows is from the Doghouse. Team Dogface Gal. Then we got the Irish Last Kicker, the Man, Becky 2 Belts, Big Time Bex, Becky Lynch, and of course the reigning defending champion from Team Queen Cheyenne, Cheryl O'Grady, putting her newly won championship. She just picked up that championship at Halloween Havoc this past Sunday in a stellar matchup. One of many. We had 14 matches with 13 title matches. It was one hell of a spectacle. But this is going to be one hell of a matchup. It is for the Archiverse Women's Wrestling Championship. Falls count anywhere. Who do you guys think is taking home this one?
I gotta go.
It is elimination, at least I believe.
I'm going with Claire Lee.
You're going with Claire Lay on this one?
Yep. Can't go wrong with a dog.
Facts. Boss Apollo?
I am going with Nikita Lyons.
You're going with Nikita Lyons, former champion. To be fair, they're all former champions except for, of course, the current champion. So this is one hell of a matchup. 3 former title holders looking to once again be called champion.
Oh boy, you're gonna like the next one.
I'm going to say that Cheryl O'Grady finds a way to pick up the W, surprises everybody, and retains. I know she's still kind of green. I mean, it was a big moment for Cheryl O'Grady when she, became the world champion. It's the first time she's ever held that title. And, of course, since her big return, her repackaging, if you will, and coming back, that was the biggest moment for her. Can she, hang on to that and retain against the likes of Claire Lay, Becky Lynch, and Lyons, who are hungry and looking, for that big payday, looking to be called champion once again, hold that gold, if you will. So yeah, I'm going to say that, and maybe this is unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say that the champion finds a way to pull this off and retain.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that is my choice. And you guys have 5 minutes to make yours. And in the meantime, it is showtime and go time for the Archiverse Women's Wrestling Championship. Let's go. And Soul Embers, back to you, good sir.
Oh man, this is the funniest one of all. Number 7 on the list. EC3.
I gotta be honest, I actually like EC3.
Let me read this real quick, bud. Let me read this. This is hilarious on my half. This is just hilarious because of how the top paragraph is. It says, TNA signing former WWE talent Derek Bateman and introducing him with the new EC3 personnel changed his career for the best. EC3 became an instant success story as an over-heel playing the spoiled, entitled nephew of Dixie Carter. I enjoyed that story.
Sincere Mackenzie, we're right in the middle of a Fallout show. We just had one of our big stream previews of the year, Halloween Havoc, the second annual Halloween Havoc, on Sunday night. So these are Fallout matches, champions being tested after just winning titles a few days ago. Lots going on. We do not create anything on the fly, sir. If anybody wants to drop some information for Sincere Mackenzie so that they're not confused about how things work around here, this is not your average wrestling promotion. This is the Archiverse Wrestling Show. We are the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. Welcome in. But if somebody can help out Sincere Mackenzie with some info for the Discord link, the YouTube link, and of course the information about just exactly how it works around here, I'm sure Sincere Mackenzie would be super happy about that.
Also, you can also check out the Archiverse on the Shark Tank over on YouTube.
Yes, that too.
Alright. Who's better? Alright, so I'm going to take a little side note here. Who's better?
Oh, that's right. Before anybody asks, yes, we are at 91 streamer teams now. As of today, we had our 90th and 91st streamer teams inking contracts and signing wrestlers to deal. They've already reported to YTD Academy, had their debut dark matches. It has been a phenomenal day over at YTD Academy, and of course, the evening smoking hot right now. So,
oh my gosh, 90,
81.
You know what? I gotta give it to you guys. I've been around for 2.0, not 1.0, but I've been around for quite a long while, it seems.
Sincere Mackenzie, there is a Discord link there somewhere amongst all that information they dropped. If you go to the Discord and join the Archiverse Discord, there is a section called Ink a Contract, and if you have a wrestler you'd like signed, what's that?
Not talking about the Discord. The link on the Discord. I'm telling you.
He was getting there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But There's a lot of information there in the chat. Go ahead and finish, Archer.
No, I was just going to say he can put his information and ink a contract, whether that be your hashtag information for a wrestler you have, or if you need to have a wrestler created, you need to, of course, give me some information so that I can make that happen, so that we can get those scouts out looking for a superstar for you.
Randy Orton or Lesnar? Well, it depends on what promotion and what style. I like Orton in WWE, but I like Brock in the square circle. It's in the cage. They asked who was better, Orton or Lesnar. But,
So there's a nice up close and personal look at the brand new, or newly designed, that is,
that's sexy.
Archerverse World Women's Wrestling Championship, and of course, you'll get a real good close-up look at it here in just a moment. And there it is, the most
sexy.
prestigious championship belt in all of sports entertainment. That and the men's championship, of course.
All right. Let's see here. Am I able to proceed?
Yeah, go right ahead. Sorry.
All right. No. I was just wondering. The two TNA World Title Championship reigns of EC3 saw him failing to live up to the expectations after the chase. TNA turning EC3. I can't even say his name. I almost said Ace. EC3 faced during this chapter of his career came at the wrong time. EC3's few good moments as champion came as heel, but that even was weak compared to his earlier times getting over. And that's just in TNA. Hello?
Sorry for that. I was trying to talk to you on mute. Apparently that doesn't work well.
No, it doesn't work well.
It does not. Oh, don't worry. I didn't go anywhere. No, I pressed mute while I was listening to you finish. Plus, my dog, the giant puppy, is kind of speaking now and again. He wants to be let O-U-T, and I do spell it out because he understands English.
And it's a party like a rock star.
Yeah, he does. He wants to go out and, much like I did earlier, he wants to bleed his bladder a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, while you're continuing with that list, I'm going to let the giant puppy out.
Because this next one was between Lesnar and Orton.
Ooh, nice. So in the meantime, tell a joke or something. Boss, find another list. How dare you sit there and just listen to Soul Embers do all the work? Gaslight.
Hey, you know what?
Okay, guys, I'll be right back.
You don't want to listen to my shenanigans.
Are you trying to make me pee my pants?
I don't know. I can make you
How
put down the struggle.
dare you, sir? I am not even listening to you right now. I am now leaving. I'll be right back. Shame on
Hurry
you.
up. Oh boy. But no, this next one, Archer's not going to see it coming. And if you don't know what I mean, it's going to come out of nowhere. Because, like I said, I see the last... Where the hell am I? Is it 7, right? I'm like fucking screwed right now. I'm 5th one. We're almost halfway done with this list. Alright. Yeah, this is... Wow. And it ends with a big stop. You are close to the 2-2. Oh man, really? Damn. That is crazy, my good sir. That is crazy. Look at that though. Look at Claire Lee, just boom, straight to the mat. I'm a bit behind, so yeah.
Oh, well, not no more. I'm close to the 2-2-2. I got 2-1-1.
Don't you play me, boy.
Yeah, I got 2-1-1.
You know, I've actually never won this. Well, I fucked that up. Don't you gotta be somewhere, Archer? I have an hour left of the show here for me, and it's like, because sleep is inevitable, and I cannot deny it. Multitask. Dude, we all know it takes an hour and a half for you to make toast. There is no way you can multitask right now. Now I can barely multitask. Oh! 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 Out of nowhere! Oh!
Uh-oh.
I'm hoping Clearly wins this.
Dang.
Because we have a female faction coming into effect soon.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. It's called the Bad Bitches.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
All right.
Okay.
Match is still going strong. I see you haven't missed anything there. What did I miss aside from that?
Clearly almost won.
Did she? Near fall?
Yeah, the ref took forever to get outside the ring now.
It's hard to find a good ref these days. I mean, I miss Zombie Ref.
Where the hell is he?
I know, right?
At least he got
MIA. I don't know what he's doing.
You better get a hold of Zombie Master then. At least he knows what the hell he's doing in the ring.
So anyways, what was next on your list?
Number 7 on the list is the Legend Killer himself. Legend Killer himself. Randall Keith Orton.
Randall Keith Orton.
If I have to run down his career, we'll be here all night.
Go ahead and guess that this is not an elimination match like I thought. It is a single fall match by the looks of it.
Joe Link, there may be already a female faction, the Outlaws, but this is a trio, not just 2. But as far as Randy Orton goes for overrated world titles, I'm not going to read the top half because it brings up the history with Cena, 14 times champion. Randy is. I'm just going to cut and dry it. Randy Orton, 14-time world champion reigns. Had 3 of them were in with Triple H. History with John Cena, Ric Flair. Orton clearly cut out to be a Hall of Fame and legend for most of his title reigns. It's a huge disappointment, is what they were saying. No, it's not. For his age, anyone looking back at them won. Actually, he's the youngest world heavyweight championship of all time.
Was at the time, anyways.
Yeah. You know, I'm just gonna skim through this all here and just tell you straight up how I feel about this. Is he overrated? In his own right, but you gotta give him credit.
He did. I mean, he did become the greatest heel of all time. I mean,
yeah. Joe Link. Here's the thing, though, with the faction that I'm in, I'm actually going with Dogs group, Dogs people. I don't have Alexa. I don't need Britt Baker. I don't need actual wrestlers. I've got
Joe Link showing off his power.
Yeah, you don't. Where's all your titles? Yeah. Where's all the titles? You haven't even seen the 3. Anyways, like I said, Orton. Basically, he can be overrated when he wants to be, when he doesn't want to be. You know, it all depends on the story of how they write him. You know, is he overrated in some people's eyes? Yes. Is he underrated sometimes? Depends on the push. But for me, I think he deserves the Hall of Fame. Hands down. What do you think, Archer?
I mean, like I said, I think he's the greatest heel of all time. I think there was definitely a point in time where he was underrated, maybe. You know, wow. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new Archerverse Women's World Champion, and by the way, for the second time from Team Dogface, Claire Lay, your new champion.
And that's one more title added.
Wow.
The faction is not here yet.
The weapons of mass destruction are... holy crap, we just died.